Who in the hell hit that crap? Hold on, I gotta wash my brain.
That's
Okay.
what I like. That I like that when you throw the thing in the.
Well, that one there just says countdown, and I thought that was the one that came with the program. It wasn't.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
What's up, everybody? Oh, there it is.
Howdy.
Same thing, different Monday.
For sure.
Oh, did I miss the weekend again?
That's what Jay Watt's fucking comment. He can go suck a fat lady's ass and fucking eat a bag of dicks. Not just have one. How about the whole bag? Sorry, Stevie, go ahead.
Right. Man, that woman I've been hanging out with running me in the fucking dirt.
That's what they do, Steve.
She could outwork me like.
Working in the heat were you today again, Stevie?
Yeah. I was working on my fucking garden tractor all day trying to get it to fire off. Oh my God. Couldn't keep a charge on the battery because little shit batteries.
Yep.
Everything. Finally took the carburetor off and did a little minor cleaning on it. And drained the bowl and this, that, and the other, which I kind of forgot to do this winter. Just saying.
So in other words, you got water and everything in there. Go ahead.
Charged up the battery and it fired right off.
Yep.
But something with my starter is draining the shit out of the battery. And I noticed I let it run for a long time and drove it around. It didn't charge itself.
So do you have any? Do you have a loose? So your wire that goes from your cable that goes from your starter to your battery, are any of those connections look like shit, loose or anything like that?
Nope, I cleaned all those, tightened them all up. Well,
there's nothing cracked on the you know how they slip on the stud and then you drop the 9/16 or whatever's on there. That's not cracked or anything.
Nope, brand new battery.
Wow.
So I think my starter's like dragging big time.
That's a new one.
So probably a hunk of rust.
Could be. Wood. Hey, leave the Fords alone.
So starter comes off tomorrow. Maybe I'll put a Harley starter on it. That'd crank that son of a bitch.
So can we get somebody from Massachusetts in here, because we have two from fucking the Palm Knockerville. We got two from the SCville, and we got one Ohio and one Masson, or one Bay State as they call us. We're the Bay State.
And you might as well include Ohio to Michigan, because without us, they would just shrivel up and fall off like a bad finger or something.
Is that a banana?
Take a bite.
By the way, his icon picture, is that a banana?
That's a banana clip.
Yeah.
Banana clip. Whoops. Banana. I just booted him out.
Bye. Welcome back.
Sorry, Ohio, I hit the wrong button.
Motherfucker.
I was trying
so
to
what's a banana? That. Oh, I get it. A banana clip. I got you.
Clip.
I got you. Yep. For an AK. Gotcha. Yep.
Banana clip is wow, Mike, you knew that. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I don't know
those kinds of bananas don't grow in Massachusetts.
I know the clips and stuff like that. I just don't know the different intricacies about, the ammo and, you know what I mean? Like what grain is good with what grain is good with what particular gun, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, in that case, just adopt the mindset of John Moses Browning. Him and Mr. Vickers. Both of them believed if you put enough lead downrange in a hurry, you could fucking win.
Yep. Let me do a quick rundown. Jay Watt.
Sucks.
Whipping to endure.
I made it funny.
Buddy? Hey, Uncle Kyle. I wanted to get in the first 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you got to one-up me, you bastard.
Okay.
I mean,
Saturday Night Live
here to live for, to one-up Mike. I mean, come on.
You get her to laugh. That's even worse.
Okay, 2 ATVs. I read the internal, and probably not. Probably won't. So we have Miss Dish Outdoors,
Everybody.
best looking one on the panel.
Absolutely.
You're the only
That is, that
You're
is
the
when
only
she's
chick.
smiling. All the time, she wasn't smiling a bit. So.
Sorry, Ohio.
Just got to give her a little tickle. She'll smile.
Right.
Mr. Mike DeLucia.
Hello.
Mr. Banana Man and Mr. Banana Hammock himself, Ohio Wolverine. What's
Ooh.
up?
You put
Ohio
the-
in a banana hammock. Ooh.
Oh,
Center
it's Dish's dream.
Oh, I'm sure.
Center bottom, 2 ATVs and our life. What's up? Hey, speaking of ATVs, I seen some nice looking. I don't know if they were full. I didn't check them out. I kind of drove by in the parking lot.
Yep.
They were at Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supply. They got the best ones.
Yeah.
Under $3,000.
Yes. And they're camouflaged.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, those
Yep.
those are the Chinese ones.
Who
Hey,
cares? They're camouflaged.
They're Chinesium, and I don't know whether you can get parts. I don't know how easy to get parts for them. I ain't never.
Hi,
Looked,
Susie.
I've looked at them, but I ain't never.
Those are
keep them on the farm, you're saying. You know,
Yeah.
maybe around the
Yeah,
farm
I mean-
They're
line.
fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Bottom right, my brother from another mother, Stump Greenwood. What's up, buddy?
What's up, fuckers?
Southern asshole. I just noticed that. That's pretty
Susie
funny.
Scott just popped in. Everybody say hi. That's what's up.
I already did.
Hello,
Haha.
Susie Scott.
I was the first one to say hi.
hello.
Don't look at them.
Yeah, I made one circle around the parking lot. I found 2 ATVs and a nice car hauler size trailer for,
Yep.
you know, if I pulled in there with, you know, $6,000, I could drive out with toys and.
But did you look at those trailers, Steve? They're quality made.
They look like it to me. They had dual.
Well, as you know, all the tractor,
tires.
as you know, all the
axle.
tractor supplies are the same. So, the one I have, like, in that state that I can't move to, that tractor supply is technically about 3 miles from my house. But I went over there one day and I'm just looking at the trailers. My wife's like, "Why are you looking at trailers?" It's because I can. And I'll tell you what, they're not crappy trailers.
It
They're
looks
not crappy
pretty well.
trailers.
All I'd have to do is put little sides on it so my
Yep.
dirt and shit didn't roll off, and I'd be
Yep.
good to go.
People are like, "Oh, you bought your
They
trailer
are-
tractor
they-
supply?"
Those trailers at Tractor Supply, they are built heavy. They're heavy duty built trailers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can buy any size too. You can get the one for that a Volkswagen Bug could pull, right? For your like your leaves or your trash
Mhm.
barrels or whatever, right?
Yeah, the little tires.
They got them from the little size, and then they got them the fucking
They can
dual
order anything
dual
you want.
axle, the whole nine, double axle fucking ones and everything,
Well, that
So-
dually looked heavy enough to haul a car,
Car.
but it wasn't overbuilt to the point of like a U-Haul one where you can't even lift the freaking tongue.
Right.
Now, you can
Right.
talk to them there, and they've actually got a catalog and one online as well.
Oh,
They usually get up into like the wedge triple car fifth wheel trailers and shit.
geez.
They can order anything you want them to.
Yeah. I like going in March and April because that's when they get the chicks. And you go in there and it's just all you can hear is the little fucking chickens and everything. And
Oh, I thought you meant, when they graduated school and started working their chicks.
Mikey, tell everyone about your test drive at Tractor Supply. I wish the security footage was clear when you were up on 2 wheels during that time. I wish. Jay Watt, funny you should mention me. I said, but you know what? Last night I said to Dish, I go, Dish, what would you rather have to do? Look at Ohio in a Speedo or eat a mayonnaise sandwich? And she said, look at Ohio in a Speedo because Dish ain't eating a mayonnaise sandwich. So I was thinking today, right? Dish, I have another question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
Mayonnaise sandwich, very, very light mayo. Like you can't even see it. Very light mayo, right?
Just enough to make the bread stick together.
Or an afternoon MJP.
I'd lick the jar
She'd eat that jar of mayo like a Jello shot.
Yep, I sure would.
$50
And ask for second. $50, dude. She'd crack the lid and be able to reach the bottom of the jar with the fucking tongue in one.
And you know why I asked her that
Ooh,
question? You
sold.
know why? Stump. You know why I asked her that question? Look at her face.
Right?
See, hey, 2 ATVs. That's all you got to do. You come up with silly questions like that for her. She'll smile.
Well, when you was going with that story beforehand, I mean, I didn't know. I come in halfway, so I don't know exactly what y'all were talking about.
You
But she
don't
was
want to
just
know.
We'll explain.
she was kind of just sitting there, and I said, and kind of looking, and I looking, I almost sad. I said, make Dish smile or something up there, because she's
Yep.
Oh, Jay Watt, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you?
Popped in.
Read Jay Watt's comment. Go ahead, Steve. You read it. Your chat.
Wait, I ain't reading that.
Yeah, be nice to Dish.
Hi, Shalisa.
County line logging. Haven't seen you a minute. What's up?
Holy shit, County Line. How you been, kid?
Hey, Cameron.
Hey, County Line.
Gina, you didn't. I mean, yeah, Gina. Dish, you
You
didn't
said
say. Hey,
all
kid.
those trailers are made in Liberty, Kentucky, about 10 miles from the house.
Yep.
How do you like that?
Yeah.
In my opinion, unlike, Harbor Freight. Just saying.
Yeah. No, they County Line. They're fucking decent trailers, bro. I don't know who what I forget the company name, but
Well, when I pick one up, I'll have to put Susie on the back to make sure it's tracking straight down the highway.
bye, Stump.
I don't want none of that
You are,
dog
Jay
tag
Watt.
bullshit. It looked like Stump's passenger just arrived.
Right. No, but that's I they had the side by side in there, and that was like I think it was $8,000
Yeah, they even look pretty decent. That looked
or whatever it was. And I looked at it.
better built than the John Deere ones.
And my wife gets me right. I go, hang on, hon, I'll be there in a minute. And she goes, no, there's no hanging. Let's go now. Move.
Get the car.
She says, you are not buying that. I'm like, but hon. She goes, what are you gonna pull with? I goes, my Jeep.
Cool
She goes, you
stuff.
mean my Jeep? I goes, whatever. It's still mine. It's in my name. She's saying, no, it's not. So here's how it goes.
Brenda
Well, I got
did.
news for you. You're buying a new truck.
Exactly. Here's how it is. The Jeep's in my name, but it's not mine. Because she uses it every day. She takes it to work, takes it to school, for her full-time job, part-time job. Takes my other daughter doesn't drive, takes her everywhere.
Well, that's
Takes
what
the
a family
boy,
guy does.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And what am I going to do? Give her my? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to put her in a decent vehicle.
Look like a heel.
Yeah, you got to put her in a decent vehicle.
Happy
But yeah, that
wife,
side by side though,
happy
Stevie, that side by side at Tractor Supply though, dude. Let me tell you something. That was fucking sweet.
Yeah, the suspension on it looked
Yeah.
Yep.
crazy decent. I'm sure it ain't gonna zip down the road at 50, 60 miles an hour like the fancy expensive side by side.
And I think the thing was like 72 months or something like that. 60 months or something.
Huh. It'd be good on farmstead. Just saying.
It would
Sure.
look good on your farmstead.
You can register those side by sides, and as long as they have brake lights and headlights and turn signals, they're street legal.
Yeah, that's what they're built for. Susie's a side by side girl and really wants one, but
Hi,
if
Brenda.
I'm gonna fork out $20,000 for side by side, I'll add a little bit to it and get me a Jeep.
So Ohio up here, they consider them ATVs, and you can only drive on ATV posted roads or posted trails.
No, seriously.
Yes. No,
No,
that's
you
it.
can register them as a vehicle.
We
They have to have. You have to have brakes.
There's
you
a
have to
guy-
have brake lights, headlights, turn signals, and
Yep.
a windshield. That's
Yep.
nationwide.
we have a guy that has a Massachusetts license plate on one of them. And he thought the same way you did. It was registered, okay, Unfortunately, and I don't know if it's a state thing or not, but he had a license plate on it because you need it anyways. Even to go on the trails, you need a license plate to go on the trails, whether you go on the road or not.
Ron T. Sawyer, what's up?
But they pulled him over and said, They wouldn't let him do it.
Huh.
Well,
And
here's the thing, though.
why did they let him register?
A lot of cops are pulling people over and going, and then when it goes to court, they're like, "Oh, I'm dumbass for writing this guy a ticket because I didn't realize that was the real law."
Because Stevie, I don't know how it is in Michigan, but I know in New Hampshire it's the same way. Any off-road vehicle has to be registered. In Massachusetts, it has to be registered and insured.
Not here. The only thing we got to do is register to get the off-road sticker. We don't have to license it.
If you want to ride on state property.
Yeah.
We have to have even boats. You have to have it on a boat.
Well, boats, yeah, we have boat.
And here you
registration,
need
too.
in Massachusetts, you have to have insurance on it.
I bet one of the sandrails would be fun.
If you don't have insurance, just because it's an off-road vehicle doesn't mean anything.
You know what I would give my left nut for? Literally?
What's that?
Those freaking rock climber, crawler, monster motor thingies. Holy shit, those dudes are crazy.
Oh, the like the ones that do out in the desert that do like fucking 90 over the fucking hills and it's sand dunes.
No, the ones that
one of
go
those?
down in Kentucky and climb a side of a mountain, literally,
Oh.
and then roll back down and then go up again.
Okay.
That fascinates me. Holy shit, those guys.
I was watching this one. I don't know what desert they were. They were in the United States, but I don't know what desert they were in.
The big long.
Well, they were in the desert, and it was like they're going up the sand dune, and it's like I'm trying to figure out why they're not bottoming out.
Susie said you can use the ATVs on the road, but they have to be like a dirt road. You can't go down the highway.
Okay.
Side roads.
So
it's kind of like an enduro motorcycle, basically.
So I've never been to the desert. I understand that there are dirt roads in the desert that are gravel, and I get all that. But when it comes to the sand part of the desert, like the
dunes,
there's no substance to them. So how do these guys and girls go on these ATVs without sinking into the fucking thing like quicksand?
The type of tires you have.
And the density of them.
Have you ever been?
Isn't it like
all you palm knockers, or as Mikey would call you? Have you ever been up to the dunes and rode the dunes up in Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess my question
that was
is,
a blast.
Wouldn't it be something like being in a mud hole? You know how the guys go mudding?
Yeah.
And you have a pool of mud. Isn't it the same aspect?
If you keep moving, you're fine. If you come to a dead stop and slap that gas pedal, you'll sink right to the frame. You get going slow, but once you build up the speed, you're good. It's like driving in snow. You kind of float over it.
Right. Because where they have the Laconia it's a bike rally. It's like Daytona or whatever. It's like Sturgis. They have this hill climb, and they'll take a motorcycle doing the same thing.
Internal. There's a link there. That's
Mikey. They call it sand flaps. What's a sand flap?
That internal link. Click that internal link.
I did. Sand snake paddle.
See, like the paddle tires.
There you go. Susie says, "Give it gas and run like hell."
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see that.
Like Bob Hanna, you say, "Oh, Bob, you were losing. Yeah. How'd you get to the front plate? You downshift and gas it." Fucking cat, just like.
That's how I drive. I'm driving like I fucking stole it.
Yeah, they get stuck all the time if you don't take off right. Once you get the momentum going, you keep it going.
And some of the bitches, it seems like they're hitting them. It seems like they're hitting them like 50 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're flying, and I'm like, holy shit! I says, can you imagine these motherfuckers had this out in the fucking instead of fucking riding camels, they should be riding ATVs.
Yeah, right. What are you?
Was that slightly racist dish? Or was that okay?
That was good.
Because they do ride camels.
Right.
Somebody's pussy's hollering at them. I don't know whose is, but I mean,
that's
probably Ohio.
My little bitch.
Probably Ohio.
And then you go to pet her, and she'll pull away and take off.
Just like Dish did. I'm not trying to
Typical
better.
Typical woman. Pat him on the head.
Yeah, and then pull back a nub.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Anyhow, if y'all missed her video Friday night, Shalisa scored on some killer fat wood, and the brat sent me pictures today of a big sack of morels.
Nice.
Right? Oh, see how you are?
I'm glad you scored on that. That's excellent. And
She's
by the
probably-
way, again, I love that. I love the video that you redid for your dad. That was super cool.
Right. Yeah, that's probably why she's not on track. She's probably frying them up right now to have with a steak or a burger or whatever. Yeah. I see your smiley face.
That was super cool.
I could have went out if I would have got my tractor running earlier. What a pain in the ass.
Hey, Steve, I got a question for you.
Lawnmower, technically. What?
Does it matter which type of wood? Here's my thought process, and tell me if I'm all fucking retarded about it. If I cut into a tree that's already down, right? Because I want to do a cutting board, right? So if I cut into a tree that's probably 10 inches round or so, nice square cut, the whole nine, yada 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 yada, and I sand it down, do everything I need to do. I saw a guy, he shellacked a fucking cutting board. Is that smart?
Here's the theory on finishes, oil finishes like shellac and varnish and polyurethane.
Yeah.
Once it cures, it gases off and basically turns into plastic.
Okay.
So it's food safe. But if you just take a regular board and try to make a cutting board out of it, it's going to split in half and fall apart. You have to cut everything into little strips, and you should turn it. End grain is the best, or side grain, and then glue them all back together.
Right. No, I made one like that when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But I saw this guy on YouTube.
39 miles.
I saw this guy on YouTube. He took a log out of in his backyard, took his chainsaw, cut it, made it about yay thick.
Yeah.
Left the bark on it, sanded the piss out of it. Right.
Sap.
Oh.
Some say piss. We call it sap.
All right, sanded the sap out of it. Sorry, us assholes.
You don't want a pissy log, man.
Us assholes. That's how we do it. It's how we roll. But sanded the sap out of it. It looked really nice. And then, did he treat it before he put the shellac on it?
Well, they make stuff
I forget.
called.
But it looks beautiful, and it's his cutting board now.
Yeah, for about 15 minutes till it warps and cracks and falls apart.
Oh, okay.
And they do make stuff called cutting board finish or cutting.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be food safe though if you're making it for a cutting board.
I made a cutting board out of cherry back in high school for
Me
my
too.
mom, and she still uses that damn thing.
Bingo, mine too.
But I mean, like you said though, it's a strip, and then you take like 20 strips of cherry wood, different, and I used 2 different colors.
Me too.
And then glued them together. Glue it, and then
clamped
sand it all down. Yeah.
Yep. Put it through the planer. Then I used the router, and I made a bloodline on the inside. You know what I mean?
Cut your finger, you're saying?
No, I took.
I didn't do that. I
took a router.
I just did a bullnose all the way around.
Yeah, the groove.
The groove, and I very small router bit, and just came out the nuts. Yeah, she still uses it.
Right, and she's probably never thrown it in the sink and washed it either, because that's when it goes.
You just wipe it down.
Right.
She just wipes it off with a not a some damp thing.
Dish towel.
Yeah, she don't. No, that don't go in the dishwasher. And that bullshit.
Yeah.
Back when I used to work solid surface countertops, and every time you put a countertop in someone's house, I didn't say I own this shit, dumbass. Don't give me that. I installed them. I installed them. I don't own them. That shit's expensive. But with the leftover material that you had, you always measured out, like a 12 by 12, 2 of them,
Yeah.
sanded them down, and here's some cut, and then we put velvet little tips on the bottom of them so they don't scratch or rub.
Yeah.
Here's some cutting boards. Use these instead of cutting on your countertop, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Orion.
yeah. And for Christmas one year, when I was like fucking 19 years old and broke, guess what everybody got for Christmas was fucking cutting boards. And everybody still has them and they love them.
I made an end table, like a night table for your bedroom, and I made a TV stand when I was in high school, and I was moving, and I said to my mom, I go, "Hey, I'm moving. She goes, I'll take that." She still hasn't bought. She repainted them, but because I just stained them, I didn't paint them. I stained them, but she wanted to paint them. So, but
what is it with women and their paint?
I don't know. I go, Mom, you
It's
painted
like
it?
you're allergic to natural wood.
Because the TV stand one was I really like that one, and but I stained it was a dark brown. It was beautiful.
That's probably
it looked nuts, right? I was like actually proud of my work on that one. And I walk in the house one day and it's like fucking white with like fucking black fucking plastic knot. I goes, what the fuck did you do? She goes, well, Mikey, I wanted to paint it. I goes, no shit.
Modernize.
But I'm just surprised she still has it. That was that was the one I was making when the kid dadoed his fucking thumb.
Nice.
Oh, dude, that was a fucking day and a half.
Got to be one in every school.
I'm on the other table saw, like right beside him. So he's coming this way, right, and I'm going this way, right, and then the planer is to my right. Okay, Stevie, the big industrial planers, right? Stevie, he took his fucking. Oh, you did the same thing?
I had the table. There's my table saw bite.
Oh, he did it with a dado blades in it, and he went like this. And you know what? The first thing we made, we were juniors in high school. The first thing we made in carpentry, while in furniture making, you know what the first thing we made was?
Strips of sheets. So you use it to
a fucking push stick. Was the first thing we fucking made.
Push stick. Hey, have you seen those new blades that like supposed to stop? Dude, I watched like the videos of those where they take like a hot dog and do it with a hot dog, and then the guy actually sticks his thumb in it. Man, I just sit there like with like a nervous stomach, like I'm about to see someone's thumb get cut off, and then it stops, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
We had one at work, and I always flinched using that saw because I was waiting for it to go off.
Well, but the thing about it is it destroys the saw whenever it goes off. Though that's it. I mean, you ever seen where they did do that to it, and that blade drops down, it destroys everything underneath it. They got to rebuild. You got to order the whole thing to put.
It's all it is usually sometimes you can save the blade if it's carbide.
Yeah.
And all it is an aluminum block with a bunch of holes in it that jams into the blade and then it settles down. Yeah. So you have to get a new cartridge, which is about $90 if somebody I seen a guy screw up on YouTube. He was cutting a thin piece and like a dumbass reach around the blade to get it to stop it from tipping over and put his finger on the freaking blade. Boom! It went away instantly. He's like, holy crap.
Well, this kid did the same thing with the dado, and he fucking didn't have a stick. Went right over the top of the blade, right? Oh, well, the three of them technically, right? Dado blades 3. Yeah. Goes right over the top of the 3 of them, right? And I looked at him. I shut my machine off, and I looked over. He does one of these, and I yelled at him, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Fucking kid looked at it, and he went like this. And he went, so I yell out, I go over, I shut the machine off, right? I hit the fucking thing. I yell for the teacher. The teacher comes running over. He says, Mike, grab his arm. I grab his arm. He goes, do you want me to pick him up? He goes, no, just grab his arm. I want his arm raised. I'm like, okay. So he runs over, blah, 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 does everything. Fucking kid, it didn't take his thumb. We thought it took from the knuckle up because that's where it was. But they were able to fucking put it back on. It still looks fucked up to this day, but because I see him all the time.
Probably got a new angle to it.
I see him all the time, and we call him Dado for short. We nickname him. We call him Dado.
Uh-oh. Shalisa's having issues.
Oh, it's a slow
There
spin.
she is.
Hello.
Mushroom biatch.
So you're gonna send
Hello,
us all mushrooms in the
gorgeous.
mail?
Oh, I gotta go get those and show those off, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Hey, real quick.
Hey,
one of those-
anytime you want to show your mushrooms off, please feel free.
one thing with that Corian stuff, I don't know if a lot of people know it or not, but you take like strips of it, like about an inch or two wide. You can put it in the oven and heat it up, and then when it comes out, if you got a pair of gloves on, you can like bend it to whatever you want. And we used to bend them in coils and make them look like snakes, and then we'd sand them down and like put some like eyeballs on them, like and sand down the head to make it look like a snake head, and then use them for door stops. It was pretty cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
All right, put it on. What do you
What
call
I
it,
have
Steve?
left.
Those are nice ones too.
Yeah. Honey Loki with thorn.
Yeah, and the mushrooms aren't half bad either.
Mush kebabs.
I like this one, right?
I like that one, right?
Yep.
Nice. There it goes.
Oh,
I'll get it.
fell apart.
Your own.
Cool. Congratulations. Were
for
you
you.
down by a wet spot or up in the normal woods or what?
Yes, it's down on the south-facing hill, and there's a low pond, a very, very low pond where it will dry out enough in August
I
to
had a
walk
feeling.
across it.
So
There's
it's an
this
overflow.
trail atop the
Not
hill,
a pond.
and on that side, on that south-facing side, there's 3 or 4 different patches. And the best one that I've always liked is this pond, is like a teardrop, and at that point right there, like in a ditch, it all just gathers, like the spores just blow, but
Right.
they only go in that bowl.
Gotcha.
And it's
Good
been
one.
my favorite spot, knock on Fatwood, for 15
HRM
years.
and Flan.
Hi, Flan. Flan, it's all good. They weren't going anywhere anyway.
That's cool. I got to go out and hit. I got a low spot where I found some good ones before. I'm going to go hit that low spot.
Cool.
Oh, matter of fact,
Dish, did you tell? I know Shalisa wasn't on my chat last night. Did you tell Shalisa what the Facebook post you saw was yesterday?
Facebook post
The with the mushrooms.
with mushrooms. Oh yeah, somebody picked some mushrooms and they asked, "Are these morels? Are they edible?" And they still had the dirt clump on the bottom. Or they? Yeah, no, they didn't cut them right or anything.
And they put them in the bag, and all the same, it's crunchy.
Let's take them home and see how good they are.
Yeah, exactly. J1.
I'd rather bite into
So,
the shell than
I went to that. You guys know I went to that mushroom class last year, right? And then I bought the book on Amazon, right? And I bought the colored book, obviously, the glossy images.
Mike, you can't say colored anymore.
Why? It's a color. It's what do you call it? It's glossy colored. What do you call it?
In color, actual photos.
Thank you. Sorry. Did I? Was I being racist? I'm sorry.
You
So
know how they are out there. And
then
by
I
the way,
apologize if I.
Shalisa, that low good spot where I found them is over there where I was cutting those jack pine stumps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they
But
near
then
the rocks?
No.
No.
Well,
But
I
Stevie,
haven't
then I
found
always
them.
ask afterwards because I don't want an issue. You know what I'm saying? I'll grab it. I'll
Right.
look at it. I'll read everything it says. If it's finned, if it's this, if it's that, blah 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 blah. I'll read it all, and then I'll still shake my head, going, or I'll take a picture of it, send it to my kid brother, and I'll go, okay, listen, it has everything on here with the caption. He goes, then Mike, have a little bit of relax, and just you'll be fine. He says, you're not going to kill yourself. I'm like, okay.
Right on. Yeah, just watch out for those little skirts around the bottom.
Yep.
Down by the dirt.
Yep.
Yikes.
And the best way to tell is simply cut it right down the center.
Watch your thumb.
2 chips.
And you gotta be able to lay your finger in there.
Yep.
If this isn't attached and it's hanging over like an umbrella and the stem goes all the way to the top, it's a peckerhead. Verba bohemica. We call them dog peckers out here. Do they too up there, Dish?
Yes.
Dog peckers. I'll have to when I go back to the class with my nephew this year. I'll have to fucking ask them.
There
Hey,
you
you got
go.
any
They
pickers?
probably don't even grow up. I was looking at that book too because it has for the whole United States, and then what I thought was kind of cool. I mean, obviously I know that there's different climates. I get that. I'm aware of that, but like Michigan, it has the same climate as fucking Massachusetts, New Hampshire, pretty much. Okay, I
Except
mean
for better.
it gets hot, it gets fucking freezing cold. We
Same
get a shit ton of snow. I mean, really.
Right.
But did you know that there's still some mushrooms that grow in Michigan that don't grow where I am, and there's still mushrooms where I am that don't grow in Michigan? Isn't that kind of weird?
It has a lot to do with soil, the
Yeah.
flora and the fauna.
I mean, I didn't say Florida because obviously Florida's a different climate. I get all that, but with two states that are
And by the way, I did the thumbnail tonight in honor of Shalisa.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Mikey, even states that border each other have different stuff a lot of times, and
Yeah.
people don't realize that, and they're right
Really?
next to each other.
Okay.
Oh, there's like a fern type, like I don't know, it's like an undergrowth in the woods that you can down like in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that shit in Ohio.
Really? We have ferns here,
See,
big green ones, especially in swampy areas.
Michigan, the
Or wet
lower
area.
half, not so much with the ferns. We have some, but you go to the northern half of the mitten, and it's like Fern City.
Oh,
You
I got
get
ferns.
lost in them.
New Hampshire, there's just fucking ferns everywhere. That's where I get the fiddleheads.
Yeah, they're growing right in my yard. And I miss them again.
Oregon too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except Jezzo better get
Okay.
my fiddleheads wrong.
Hang on, guys. I just had an interesting radio traffic. You can hear like a horn honking, and they just said that there was a unsecured vehicle in the parking lot, or unlocked vehicle in the parking lot, that had a firearm in plain view that they just seized.
Wow.
I'm kind of wondering.
What's the rule in Ohio?
I'm trying to figure out what gives them the right to go into somebody's vehicle to seize their gun.
Because in Massachusetts, the law says it has to be in your realm of I'm paraphrasing. It has to be in your realm of reach. Under your control is what they call in your realm of reach. So
it has to be in plain view in order to transport in Ohio.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that.
If it was in plain view, they just didn't lock their doors. There's no law saying you have to lock your doors, is there?
Okay, well that's what I'm asking. Is there a law that said okay? All right.
And what gives them the right to seize someone's gun?
No, they could have sat there and guarded it, made sure nobody got in and got it, and then called the guy a dumbass when he come out of the store.
Right.
You know, they get convicted if that car was unlocked and some kid could have got a hold of it.
Hey HRM.
Yeah, I know, but you're still going into somebody else's property.
Now,
It's kind of iffy. I'm glad it's not my department. I'm glad it's one of these other cities.
Jay Watt.
Because a car is on public road, does that go as your private property?
Well, it was in a parking lot, so it was on private property.
Shalisa, read what Jay Watt just wrote.
Solo survival. He had false morels and he had projectile. Oh man.
Bummer.
Projectile fluid coming out of both ends.
Too.
Did I tell you about didn't I tell you about me and Susie getting covered in ticks last night?
No,
Getting covered in what?
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
Oh, tick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said something else.
It's always nice when you have someone to pick ticks together.
Yeah.
That's
Those
why
who stick together, stick together. No, I made a stop on the way home from somewhere. Took my little side road and showed her an asparagus spot.
Yep.
And where I have found morels, a quickie spot to find morels. Well, that field, if you go by this one giant white pine, every time I get ticks by that white pine. Well, we got kind of close to it. We were freaking covered.
So it's a wood
I
tick.
had 2 or 3 on me. Susie had 3 or 4 on her.
Yucky.
Apparently. Apparently, she smells better than me.
Do the wood ticks carry the Lyme disease?
I don't know if they were wood ticks, deer ticks, mouse ticks.
I'm guessing if they're in the
Whatever.
pines, it's a wood tick.
They were creepy. That's all I know. No bites. Got them all off.
Hey,
I wear
what
boots
color
on
clothes
day.
were you wearing, and what color clothes was she wearing?
They didn't have any.
I was wearing dark, and she was wearing dark too.
Really?
Okay.
I don't wear dark clothes in
When
the
I
woods.
go somewhere that there's always ticks, I make extra sure I wear my beige
Yep.
pants.
Yeah.
Or I wear stonewashed my
Why,
stonewashed
why
jeans
wear
that I have
beige?
right now.
Because I know that they're attracted to lighter colors. Is that so you can see them yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to be able to see them. Ohio, if I'm walking through the woods and I got this shirt on that's black, chances of me seeing a tick on myself is like slim to none.
I spray all around my legs.
Yeah, me too. But like I say, we were on the way home. I said, hey, I'll show you some asparagus, which, by the way, barely poking out of the ground.
Really? That wild asparagus is usually
Way late.
pumping by now, isn't it?
That way
Yeah.
Wait, you find wild asparagus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the ditch, especially in the ditch lines. That's where
See,
we
no, I
always
don't-
got it.
I don't
checked
ever remember anybody. I don't ever heard anybody in this in this area doing that.
Yeah.
Finding asparagus. They mushroom hunt and all that, but not. I never heard anybody say that asparagus.
Usually it's blown over from like an old farmstead or something that was grown.
I wonder if I can do that here.
Yeah, the
They
way
grow a lot of it.
travel
Spell it, will you? A-S-P.
ASPARA
G-U-S.
grass
Asparagus hunting.
asparagus is what we call it around here.
I
Grass
call it
asparagus.
spear grass.
My uncle calls it aspergrass.
Aspergrass.
Asparagus.
I got some spears right there.
Nice.
Ay, ouch.
Okay, where I grew up, we had a tree line that it was just nothing but those trees with them damn thorns on it.
Yep.
What are those called? Are those like
Honey locust.
honey what?
Honey locust.
Okay, honey locust. Okay. I never knew what they were called until I looked them up a couple of weeks ago, actually, and I forgot what they were called. But man, those things, God damn, I remember I've stepped on those things so many times barefoot when I was a kid. I mean, because they were.
I never seen one before until the year before last. And I had my camera and I was like, holy F, you guys.
I
What
know.
the heck is this? I've been in this woods for how many years?
Yeah. You imagine leaning on the tree, to scratch your ass or something. I got one of those square in my forehead one time.
They're long enough to go in one side of your eye and out the other.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I don't think they're like poisonous, but the problem is there's a certain type of birds that always build their nests in those trees.
Yep.
Because it gives them protection. So you get bird feces all over these trees, and if you like stab yourself with one of those, you get, it gets infected and poison. It's not poisonous, but I mean, you get those germs from the bird feces and stuff, and you get sick as fuck.
It says I can hunt it here, and it should be near like ditches or along fences.
Fence roads, along dirt roads,
walls, brick walls, I guess.
When I was into
Park
it,
fences,
time,
reservoir
I could stop
banks.
that shit at 60 miles an hour going down highway, and I'd fucking pull over and lock them up.
I never.
Usually when you hit a good patch of it, you can smell it.
I never heard anybody ever, and I love it. I love asparagus.
Oh, you wait till you eat some wild stuff. It's like
I like it on the grill
3
best.
times
To be
the
honest
flavor
with
of
you.
the store bought.
Really?
Right.
Oh,
I like it best on the grill.
Today, Steve.
Huh?
I stopped to look at my asparagus. I got one particular patch that I go to.
Right.
You said they're not up yet?
Mine weren't.
It seems like my morels are early. And the asparagus, either I picked it clean and
I'll
there's
click
no-
on it, Stevie.
No, it'll come back up. It's just late for some.
Oh,
I
the
think
tick
it's 'cause
key.
it's
Tick
been
move
so
this
dry.
side up.
Speaking
Oh,
of
wow.
ticks, that's where the ticks are.
That's a
True. Yeah, from now on, I'm going to keep my black boots and my spray in the truck. So when I do little quickie jaunts, at least I'll have some protection. It's weird, though. It's like, it was such a quick trip. None of them bit. They didn't bite.
Good.
Stevie.
They
That
were
link
just
is safe.
around looking for the warm spot.
Stevie, that link is
Yeah.
safe. And J-Walk put that link out there just for you, and it is safe. It's not even a joke.
Right. Yeah, they fork underneath them and kind of.
Yeah.
Fuck that! I'm getting a drill bit out.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear something? You guys want to hear something silly? You know what I started really liking? This guy at work had him for a snack. You ready for this?
I'm glad you said this guy at work had them because you just said, you know what I've been really like? This guy at work.
Pause.
Yeah, you paused too long, man. You gotta
brings-
Hey, brother, if you're into that shit, everything, it's all good.
right.
Just
It's
bring it in.
2022, man.
He brings in raw Brussels sprouts.
Ooh.
Baby cabbages.
And I'll tell you what, they're pretty cool for a snack.
Right
Oh
on.
yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
tried
they're
one
not
before.
bad.
I'd rather eat them cold than cooked.
Oh, really?
Man, I like them when you
Cut them in half.
Saute 'em.
roast them.
Yeah.
Put cheese sauce on them. Mmm. Cool, J. Watt. Thanks for the link, bro.
Hey, can I show something else off?
You sure
Hell
can.
yeah.
Go
Please
for it.
do. What are you kidding?
She
No, I don't
actually,
even want to show because yeah,
she
you guys
actually asked.
I seen this picture. This is awesome.
Keep
Keep
it
it
burning.
burning.
and I'm making fire candles also.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool, you got the right colors.
What's Shalice? Where's the? I seen like the orange that looked like the wood grain and the orange wood grain things that you
Okay,
had
now
on
wait.
the picture.
Hold that one sideways. That kind of had the. Now
It's
hold.
got
Okay, now rotate it just a little bit. Nope,
Yeah.
a little more, a little more, little more. There you go, right there. Hello.
And she's got two
Oh
hands.
my god!
Say hello to my little friend.
you should have seen what it looked like before I
Oh my God! Don't, because anything after you, hey, Shalisa, don't, because anything you say after this is gonna be
Can you
taken
just
the
imagine
wrong
walking
way.
into Steve's house and catching him holding that
Just
candle in
let
front
it
of him,
ride.
butt naked?
Just let it ride, Shalisa. I don't want to see you going through that pain.
That pain.
put up this piece of wax.
He'd be having to go back to the stalker name again. I mean,
Right?
I want to see the model.
Is this what you were talking about, Ohio?
Yes. I thought that was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
this
is.
is it.
I thought these were 3-inch. They're freaking 5-inch, and I can't fit them in my candles. I wanted the top of my candle to be what I still have log ones, but they're not as cool as these. I was hoping to put them in the tops of my candles and have the wick coming out, so you don't just have a plain smooth top. It would be.
So what are those made out of?
This is paraffin wax.
So can you cut it down?
Oh, she broke it.
Oh Jesus! You just broke that for just to answer a question for me. Now I feel.
There we go. And you know what else? I can always put one in the candle sticking out where it looks like it's
Dish.
in
Yeah, half log.
Dish. I'm seeing this wafer, and all I'm hearing is body of Christ.
there. Nice one, Doctor.
that's one foot, don't you?
Here, I light it up real quick. Where's
It's a
that?
big wafer.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Like, oh, lunch already?
Shalisa, why couldn't you pour a little paraffin wax on a piece of wax paper and take a log of your size and make an imprint in it?
I could think of that maybe. You know,
That's cool.
they're all crackling wood wicks and they're straw size.
Oh,
So
cool.
it crackles like fat wood.
Sparkly.
Crackles like fat wood without the soot.
It's like
I know.
fireplace.
Isn't that a shame when you're lighting the fat wood? It smells great, but then you're looking at it, you're going, wow, that'll leave soot. That soot is just.
Yeah.
Right on, Susie. Yeah, she ate after a shower and a tick check. Took like 45 minutes.
Dang.
She went outside and came back in and had one in her hairline.
Oh no.
doing the, tickle, 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 tickle.
Yeah, sure.
Was
That's
the
how
tick
I
doing the tickle tickle, Stevie, or were you doing the tickle tickle? I mean,
No, I use both
let's no, that's doing in Tokyo.
Tune in Tokyo.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Here it is. This is the last one I wanted to show. I got these really cool fire-shaped
Oh, neat.
epoxy
nice.
resin molds. So I got fire candles, and I want to say a big thank you to someone who's not here right now, and I hope he shows up.
Show it again.
SKS Hugo bought me a whole box of these.
Oh, really?
All
They had
right.
the coolest lids, and he sent them to me in March, and I didn't get there and get them till just this last week.
Wow.
So
That's
he'll
cool.
get one of these. Plus, I make them so they glow when they light up. This one doesn't. Oh, it might help if I actually light it. There we go.
That's nice. Ambiance.
That was very nice,
I'm trying
SKS.
to replicate the glowing resin.
I like the color personally.
I've got fire.
That color looks the nuts. I'm with you, Steve.
Yep.
And fire flames all around it.
Hey, Zippy.
Hey, Zippy.
Zippy 9898. What's up? Oh, you should have seen. Me and Susie have had a perpetual fire going, huge, big logs for a week almost. I had 2 spruce logs that were just covered. The bark was just covered in pitch and all white and gobby.
I've seen.
You should have seen that fire go when I threw them 2 big pieces on there. Holy
Oh, yeah.
crap. The whole yard was full of black smoke for one thing.
Hope it was nighttime.
This ought to be
But no, middle
this
of
ought
the
to be
day.
a good link.
But Susie, she's been killing me. I got so much shit cleaned up, getting ready to sell. It's unbelievable. Thank you. Shout out. Hey.
It's nice having friends to help.
I don't know. She'll kill you if you let her. She's a work. Redneck Prepper, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, Redneck.
And by the way, Redneck, I'll be on Amazon tonight, purchasing and sending. Just saying. I haven't sent him that knifey one
Oh, okay.
for the 500th comment. Bah, 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 bah.
No fucking way, Jay Watt. That had to be an M80 in there. No way.
Doing good so far, Redneck, or Prepper, whatever you prefer to be called. Maybe you should change your name around, the Prepper Redneck. Kind of like a play on the word proper.
It's fucking Tannerite.
Tannerite.
It's gotta be. There's
Somebody,
no way that's fucking.
somebody shoot first.
No, they put a can of beans in the fire, and the fire just went fucking.
Wow.
Oh, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll talk to y'all next week.
All
All right.
right.
All right,
Well,
Dwayne TV.
stopping in.
All
Hey,
right.
say hi to the missus for me.
All right. She heard you.
Night.
Kaylin Strain, how you doing?
Hey, Kaylin.
Redneck, how you been, kid? All right.
I think that girl is eating more MREs than anybody on the planet,
Hi, Kaylin.
including military.
She got guts.
Oh, Jay, what? That was a fucking riot. Did you see that, Tish?
Chicken.
Yes.
Fuck. Boo.
Oh, you need to watch the hog hunting one. Then I posted in the. Could be a little offensive to some people. Just saying.
Did you shoot it with a fucking 50 BMG?
No.
Because to me, that's just fucking.
Block of tannerite about that big. Just
Oh,
saying.
that's fucking stupid.
Up on a seat. Told you. Up on a stick.
No.
It's pretty epic.
Possibly video camping in his teens. Oh, come on, cut it out. Steve, they're picking on me again tonight.
Oh, good for you, Caitlin. Last month she didn't eat a single one.
There you go.
Ramadan.
Yeah. That's a nice gathering, I bet, Kaylin. Good fellowship.
Right.
Thanks.
Wow, Susie's on a delay.
Yeah. Gotta hit live. Gonna sit in the carport with wifey and watch the full movie.
Nice.
Oh, the
The
full
only
movie.
thing that could beat that is a rainstorm behind you, coming down on the
Jay
carport
Lott.
with the full moon in front of you.
You know, I
That
got a
was
video. I was zoomed in on the moon, and you could see the freaking storm come right in and engulf it. Do any of you remember that one?
nice.
Oh man,
Yeah, we get the full moon. It's nice.
we just watched the moon just suddenly be engulfed and fast forward.
Yeah,
We got clouds over it now, though. But
it's dark here.
We got a full moon in 2 days, right?
yeah, it's almost full right now, though.
It looks.
Did you get the
It's off by a little bit. You can tell how
thunder
it's off.
boomers this afternoon?
What was that?
Did you get the thunderstorm over there?
No, it passed us.
Mhm.
Yeah, it rumbled here, got a couple sprinkles, and on it went.
Oh, okay.
My second trip out, I got real lucky. The storm developed to the east of me and kept moving east. Had it come started before me and developed like it did, I would have been screwed if I was too far from my car. I would have had to take shelter.
Hey,
Oh, I'm
free,
in the bird seat.
free shower. Flan said there's supposed to be a total eclipse tomorrow morning, 10:30 to 1:30 in the morning. I
Lunar.
mean, tomorrow night.
I haven't seen an eclipse since I was in high school.
Thank you, Flan.
Last night you could see the International Space Station. Really,
Are we gonna? Hey,
Pretty cool. Right at 10 o'clock.
Flan, can we all do it together and hold hands and sit in a circle and sing "Total Eclipse of the Heart"?
Totally close in the
Kumbaya.
heart.
Oh, you
May
rock,
16th.
girl.
2 more days, May 16th, full moon.
One more video for Mikey to enjoy. Okay, I
Yes.
gotta watch it.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you whip your hair forward and then flip it up as you're singing that?
Come on, bitch. I did a whole video of
Oh
flipping
my
hair.
god, this is so redneck. There's Stump climbing the woodpile. Oh, that's definitely Stump.
Damn.
Is Stump still in the chat?
Nope.
I haven't seen him in a little bit.
Stump,
Must
if
be
you're still in the
smooth
chat,
and-
click this link because that's you.
All right, now I gotta look.
You gotta look,
Shut
Steve.
the
You gotta look.
chat
You guys
down,
click the
boys.
link.
I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I seen this one.
You can't tell me that's not
Word.
Stump. Or maybe Ohio.
And I think they would be smart enough to stay back a little bit with a catapult.
There you go.
You're making my point. I don't think so.
Well, I met them both, and I didn't walk away with any money, so they were smart.
Dumbass.
So, I know.
It's like my
Can't
neighbor
believe-
did the same thing.
I can't believe somebody would pour gas in a circle around themselves to start with.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen one that size. It's right at the edge of a cornfield in somebody's yard, and the guy just hosed gallons of gas on it. Of course, nobody's got a lighter, so they're looking all over for a light, and they finally get it lit, and just the fumes burning on the ground probably went out almost 100 feet.
Wow.
Kaboom! Everybody was engulfed in flames. Lucky nobody got hurt.
So
Yeah, I guess so.
when I lived out in the country, they were building a house down the street from us, and you know how they dig a big hole and they just throw all the scrap in it, and at the end they bury it.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Well, they poured a bunch of gas in, and they were going to have a fire one night. The owners of the house or whatever, before they moved in, they had a bunch of people over, and they poured gasoline, and then they just let it set for like an hour before they tried to light it. And then, of course, it's a pit and a hole. It's a hole in the ground. It's a pit. So they throw like flare or something in it, and the thing is like boom, and it like rocked the whole neighborhood, like
Oh hell yeah!
broken windows and everything in the
Oh,
neighborhood.
I remember when I told you about my neighbor. Were you on the chat when I was talking about my neighbor? He's
Not sure.
he's got a 55-gallon drum. He's burning out of a 55-gallon drum. And I'm with my ex-girlfriend at the time. I'm looking out my kitchen window, and here's this fucking moron with a fucking 5-gallon can of gas going like this in his fucking 55-gallon drum.
Oh Lord!
I said to the girlfriend, I goes, get the phone and get ready to call 911. I go, she goes, why is this fucking meathead? This meathead's fucking gonna be fucking toast. Sure as fuck, he goes like this. Just same thing happened to that guy in that video.
Hey, have a great night, Ron. Thanks for popping in,
Good
brother.
night, Ron. Good seeing you, man.
And
Good night,
Fawn
Ron.
said, why is it such a guy thing? They want to blow shit up 9 times out of 10, they get hurt. Oh,
You just gotta learn how to do it.
Dumbass.
You just gotta know how to do it. With my neighbor,
Not to do it.
my neighbor gave me. He was in the Army Reserves. He comes home with a fucking simulator. He stole a simulator. It's about this big. Looked like an Old Spice fucking deodorant bottle. The old ones, you know.
Yeah. What up, dear Brandon? Holler
it was about
if you
this
want a
big,
link, bro.
and you detonate it. You detonate it with a 9-volt battery. Oh, dude. Oh man, that was so much fucking fun.
Yep. Things that burn, things that go boom, and what else do we like?
Things that go, ah. Oh, things that make me go, ah. You know, kind of like, ah. You know.
Well, Flawn, you got to expand on that comment a little bit. It says you go on YouTube and see how many times women want to blow shit up. A lot of times the woman is telling the guy to light the fucking fire.
Good point.
So we get a little slack. And of course, the guy has to show off in front of the lady. So it's got to be bigger, badder, better.
Gig Ride 19. How the fuck are you? Oh, really? Gig riding? Okay, asshole.
Steve, did you say phone or phone nowadays have camera? What?
Read his dish. Read his fucking comment.
I was replying to Gear.
Who am I reading? Hey, Dish, Yeller,
Fucking Gear.
y'all.
No, read the one above it.
Okay. It's not true, Mikey. Not totally.
Hi, Gear. Hi, Gear. Hey, Gear. Gear, I'm putting you in J Watt category right now. You and J Watt. Now you and J Watt are in the same boat. You're in that status.
Yeah. We're getting a heat wave in Michigan, Flawn.
I thought we were buddies, Gear.
Finally over.
Wasn't as bad today, but I didn't do as much today.
It was hotter here today than it was yesterday.
Did you call me an ass munch?
Moonshot. Mooncha-cha.
Chacho. Is that a bad word?
I don't know. All I know is I got my powdered milk in the freezer.
There you go.
There you go.
The
Kill them
only thing
weevils.
is, the bag's got a bunch of fucking air in it. So it's not vacuum sealed at all, which I don't like. Because there's this much
but you know
milk.
what? I think in the freezer you'll be all right, Stevie.
Yeah, I know, but there's this much milk, but it takes up that much space.
When are you
It's
going to
like a
start
big
doing
balloon.
chat again, Mikey? Gig riding right here, kid. When are you going to stop by on a Friday night, you jackass? Did you hear what he just said? When are you going to start doing chats again? Really? Really? All right, Gear. All right, bud.
Oh.
Wow. You give the guy a management position on his job, and look what he does to you. He just fucking disses you. Huh? Right. Mikey, put Gear on the making dish smile list. No, I'm not. No. I'm not putting Gear on that list. No. Nope. He made fun of me.
Flawn, they're putting all kinds of shortages on the news. Most of it's bullshit.
Yeah,
I
most
haven't
of it's
heard
fucking
about it
stupid.
yet, but I've been meaning to ask my lady friend over here with the new grandbaby.
Flan, what happens is you'll see the U.S. They'll show a picture of a grocery store in the U.S. that the shelves might have one or two thing on it here and da 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 da. Right. What they're not showing you is if you drive a mile and a half, 2, 3, 4 miles down the street to yet again another grocery store, the shelves are fucking full. So
Yeah.
Well, the baby formula stuff, all our shelves are empty because it's all retail.
yes, yeah, we don't have any baby. No, we
Because
have people
why?
searching for fucking formula for people that need it.
Salmonella. There was salmonella detected at the
Yeah,
lab or
see,
whatever.
there's a reason. It's not. Don't blame it on the truckers or
No, it's not our fault.
COVID.
It ain't there for us to
All,
deliver.
all they're doing is trying to fill their empty newscast now with something other than COVID, because COVID's over. People are over it. They're tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, what time do you work till, bro? We were off at like fucking 1:20, 1:15. I shut it off. Stevie, we went late last night, right?
No, not really late.
1:15 anyway.
2:00 we were done, I think.
No, I mean,
with the after chat and everything.
yeah.
Dude, Mike, those dancing girls you had on that after chat were fucking awesome.
Well, thank Tish and her tassels. I mean, man,
Right?
those fucking tassels will keep going around and around. Oh my god.
Yeah, who knew they could get them going opposite ways?
Exactly.
Fucking talent.
And the boob never
Damn.
even moved. That's
Right?
the best part. The boob just sat there.
Just-
Dancing around.
The little breeze blowing her hair from them. And then when she got them little propeller blades out, that was epic.
Yeah, Jay Watt, I heard about that.
Man, I'm missing all the good stuff.
But Jay Watt, that's not why there's a shortage, though. I'm sure that doesn't help the case. You know what I'm saying, brother? But
it's probably because they use diesel when they make.
No, he's right. They
formula.
sent some to the Ukraine.
They're not.
But they're not sending enough out to the Ukraine to make it short across the whole entire country. No.
Yeah, how come they don't have any footage of planes flying over and stuff and unloading shit over there?
And it'd be a C-130 to begin with, right? Because a C-130 is a transport plane, right? It's not like you can miss those fucking planes. Sorry.
Yeah, it's horseshit.
Oh, Gia says he's shorthanded at work. Nobody wants to work. Hire new people and they don't show up either. Jesus Christ. But then they cry poor mouth, right? Gia, right? Oh, I need, I used to work with this girl. Well, no, I didn't work with her. She worked in our office. And I worked out back and drove, as you guys know. Anyways, this broad would come in every day. Now I'm going to pay the rent this week, this month. I go get a part-time job. I have one. Because I want shit, I get a part-time job. And she goes, nah. 30 minutes later, Amazon arrives. Not for me, not for anybody. It's hers.
Yeah.
Next day, Amazon arrives. Then she calls me one night, wants me to pick something up from her storage unit and drive it, use the company truck, bring it to her house. I go, okay. So I drive there to do it. Nowhere to be found. Text her, call her, text her. I says, fuck this, I'm leaving. I leave. Go in the next day. I go, what happened to you? I was at the bar. I got shit-faced. I'm looking sorry.
Oh, jeez.
So I couldn't take it any longer, right? So one day it's a Friday, and the boss wasn't in, and we're all in the office shooting the shit, and she's sitting at her desk. I go, what's the matter with you? I'm waiting for my dad to show up. He's going to try to help me pay my rent. And I go, can I just tell you something? She's like, what? I go, stop at the fucking Amazon. I says, and you're not buying shit you need for Amazon. You're buying fucking Batman fucking lunchboxes. She has no kids, by the way. She's single. She's buying a Batman lunchbox about this big. She's just buying stupid shit. I go, Stop at the Amazon. Stop at the fucking booze. Stop at the going out every fucking night of the week and
Stop
crying in your beer.
whatever other drug you're buying.
And I go, and you might be able to pay your fucking rent. Mike, that's not very nice of you to say. I goes, well, guess what?
It's
It ain't
true.
really fucking nice for us to have to listen to your woes when you bring on your own woes.
Right.
It isn't like it isn't like your apartment blew up and all your belongings went up in smoke. Fine.
Yeah.
Then I'll feel
And-
bad for you.
Trying to get handouts.
Yeah. Mikey, I was saying that while claiming there's a shortage there at the same time sending pallet loads. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, Jay Watt, I see what you're saying. You're right. Claiming there's a shortage and keeps sending out pallets of food. No, I did see that on what do you call it? That they were sending formula and all that shit.
Think about
I mean,
what are those people eating that are coming across the border willy-nilly?
Well,
the same factory making this formula that makes the only factory that makes the specialty formulas is right south of me over here in Sturgis, Michigan. And they're having problems with the production.
Right.
Gear says few customers were bitching about tired of waiting, told them they were hiring. If you think you can do better, if you think you can do the job better.
Right?
You know why, Gear? Because people suck a dick when it comes to retail to begin with. All right, I worked retail just like you are.
Ugh,
I'm with you.
Never
I know
had to do retail.
retail sucks. Retail
God.
sucks because people are always in a rush. People can't just say, you know, instead of complaining that there's 5 people in the line, why can't they open another register? Because they don't have somebody to fucking open another register. There's nobody here. You gotta wait your turn. Go use the fucking. What do you call it?
Self checkout.
Self checkout.
Yeah, the one they used to give you a percentage off for using.
You know.
Remember that when they first started that?
But I hear you, Gil. People suck.
We'll give you 5% off your grocery bill if you check out yourself. Okay, I'll do that. 10%, whatever. Considering you're not paying my health insurance because I don't work for you.
No, people are just in a fucking rush, and it's all about, people can't. And it goes further, Gear, than the fucking grocery store, bro. Okay, I don't know how it is down where you are, but up here, they suck when it comes to driving. Like, you can't pull out of it. You can't take a left. It's just not going to happen. You have to cut people off to take a left-hand turn.
Right.
It's just the way they are. They, especially if you're crossing the road. If you're crossing the road where the traffic's going both directions, and you're taking the left into that traffic.
Yeah. You're better off making a right, going up a mile and turning into a store and making a U-E and coming back.
You know what I do? You know what I do? If there's a break coming from my left, right, I'll pull out. Okay, now if nobody lets me in, you motherfuckers over here, I said, so somebody better stop.
Yeah.
And then I go. But now, like if I'm taking a left onto my street to pull in here, and somebody's at the street and they want to go left, or if they want to, I tell them, go ahead. But
there you go, dear.
People don't do that.
He says no matter how big of an asshole a customer is, they can't out asshole me.
Mikey, have you seen this? Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I'll let you know if you guys can look at it. Where customers are exempt from items, may purchase as many. Due to supply issues on baby formula, there was a limit of 4 items per trip. We apologize for the inconvenience. I have not, Jay Watt. This is the first. You guys can check out that link. It's not a dirty link or nothing. I have not, Jay Watt. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Wick customers are exempt from item limits and may purchase as many items as benefits allow. Then the sign right beside it reads, due to supply issues on baby formula, there is a limit of 4 items per trip.
Yeah, usually people go in and buy 1. If you don't put that sign up now, they're going to buy 4.
We apologize for any inconvenience.
Yeah, we used to buy formula, maybe 2 cans at a time, one for backup in case, we had a storm or something.
My wife breastfed. We didn't
Aaron
use
Kyle, what's up?
My wife
Nothing's
breastfed.
wrong with y'all. Us all.
Oh, he must be another southerner. Y'all.
Aaron.
AK, get it? AK, Aaron Kyle, get it? AK. But no, it's just silly,
Oh,
Steve.
that's so cute.
Kaylin, I'm not buying formula.
Bye, Aaron.
You know what I like though? The baby food. Oh my god, I still eat it.
Oh, gross. The
Some of it
texture
was
just
good.
makes me want to barf.
Some of it was good.
I was laughing a minute ago. I was picturing Shalisa's back in school, and I can hear the teacher, Shalisa, put the fat wood down. Do your homework.
You want to go find fat wood with me?
You bring enough for the whole class? Let me show you my trunk.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. She ever said in my class, "You want to go look? You want to look for fatwood with me?"
Yeah, I was already weird. That would have really put me up.
Because somebody would have yelled out, "I got a fat wood right here." There you go. Yeah.
Dang, dear, I missed it. Brett.
I'll probably head out in about 10 minutes around 11:30, at least my time. I'm already starting to get drowsy, and I'm hoping to leave at 5:30 instead of 6 o'clock this
Well, there's your problem right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Most people wait till the sun comes up when they wake up.
Right.
Morel mushrooms are only a few weeks out of the year.
You're right. And then after that, you say, that fat wood's not going to wait. I got to get up early. No, you'd make a hell of a fisherman.
Right.
You're already in the habit. There's Stump Greenwood back. Hey, right on, Stump. Yeah, I'm sorting through shit. I'm finding I found the first big piece I ever cut. Is at the bottom of my wood pile. It's like, oh, I recognize that piece.
Gee, what?
That's funny. There's a lot of us that can literally go fatwood hunting in our backyards because we got it everywhere.
Right.
I got personal mail. Oh God, what are they called? Mailers. I got a good deal from my sticker and label company, and I got 50. Those priority mail bags that are white and red, and they got the bubble wrap.
Yeah.
The bubble wrapped ones is how I usually send fatwood to people because I can fit a whole 4 pounds in, and it's flat rate. I learned very late that not every priority mail container is flat rate. And I didn't know that for a long time. So I have to pay real close attention. But the mailers are flat rate. And my company offered me 50 of them with my logo on the bag.
Oh, really?
For $29. So I'll be filling those all full of fatwood.
Nice.
Sweet.
Heck yeah. Having fun with it.
I think I'm going to have to come up with a new or just redo my guy with my new channel name on it.
There you go.
I like the guy. He stands out in the crowd,
Yeah. And everyone's used to it.
And it's easy to tell somebody, like my neighbors were looking, I gave them that bowl. They were very excited. I was good. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think I would get that reaction. But anyhow, I told them about my channel. She's like, oh, that's what's been going on over there with the explosions and this, that, and the other. But it's so easy to say, yeah, little yellow guy, that's my icon. And you scroll through and boom, it jumps right out at you.
Oh, talk about expensive, Flan. I just went to pay my post office box fee, and I used to get a whole year for $90. They want a whole $166 for a full year of having a post office box. I only have that post office box to make me feel a little safer, having strangers send me things. So I ended up paying $88 for 6 months. So after Christmas, got to cough up some money.
Wow, bummer. What, it costs some more diesel fuel for you to have a box? Is that what they're trying to tell you?
It just sucks that they raised the prices so damn high, but I know what you're talking about, Flan. U.S. mail's getting expensive.
Yes, it is.
I found it. I can't believe I found it. Shalisa,
Mm-hmm.
remember when I was trying to ask about a certain mushroom, and I'm like, "Is it? I think it's purple. I think it's whatever." And you were like, "Mike, I don't know." And we looked it up. We couldn't find it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kept saying trumpet. You know what it was?
What?
It's actually the black trumpet.
No kidding.
Yes.
Jay Watts said, Shalisa, did you know about the secret flat rate boxes you can get?
Maybe, maybe not.
Explain, please, Jay Watt.
Oh, they look like chanterelles.
Yes. And they're fucking excellent to eat. And they usually come in bunches. So it's not like you're going to find, usually, you're not going to find like 2 and you're done. You're going to find, I'm sorry, go ahead, Steve.
They grow on a log?
Nope, out of the ground. But what they'll do is, Steve, you'll find like 2 here, right?
Yeah.
This is how we found them last year. Anyways, I'll say that. There was 2 here. A little further up, there was like 4. A little further up, there was like 7. You know what I mean? It was like a. And the guy that ran the class was like, "Grab those." You know. He's like, "Because I didn't even know those were here."
So that's what they're called, trumpet mushroom?
Black trumpet mushroom. Yeah, and there's another nickname for them. I think. I'll look it up again. I closed out the window. There's another nickname for it. But I knew it because I kept saying, "I know it was a trumpet. I know it was a trumpet. I know it was called trumpet." Let me see.
Dish would have guessed the black trumpet right off. You would
Yeah,
have.
I would. Yeah, black.
But they look purple, don't they? Don't they? Also known as the horn of plenty or horn of death. That's what it says.
Why would they call them the horn of death?
They're totally edible and totally delicious.
That's foolish. That causes confusion.
Yeah.
Yep. They have them way up in Minnesota too.
This is the mushroom of death. I get Steve
But
with it.
they're great. They're great.
Ow! Whoop, wrong side.
You ever get any of the mushrooms out of the cow patties about 4 o'clock in the morning?
My girlfriend in high school did that. She tried to talk me into eating one. Yeah, right.
Shalisa mushroom shaped like a trumpet.
They give you the giggles.
Yeah, maybe.
I still
Kayla.
think
It seems like a weird nickname to give an edible mushroom.
we didn't find any. What do you call it that you have right there? That you found the.
Make him say it.
No, I can't because now you see you're just chanterelles. Did I say it right? No.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But my brother, I told you we found a shit ton of the oyster mushrooms. What are they? The oyster mushrooms. And those are my fucking. I don't know. They're just my favorite. Well, one of them. I have 2. I mean, I really like. Well, they don't grow around here, but I like the. My favorite one to get is you go to the fucking market and grab a fucking portobello like this big.
Yeah. It's like
those are the fucking bomb.com.
Throw them on the grill.
Stump
Yeah,
did pretty good with a couple of them on a pizza.
Those are my favorite. But my favorite out in the woods to pick in the woods is definitely the oyster mushrooms.
My buddy made some cow pasture mushroom spaghetti sauce one time.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that was.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm dozing off, guys. I'm out of here.
Have a good night.
Oh,
Have a great night, kid.
I didn't mean to offend you with my mushroom talk.
Oh no, I'm struggling to keep my eyes open.
Well, go get your beauty.
And whatever you do, don't flop your head on your desk with those thorns on there.
Right. We're gonna see a video tomorrow. Like,
oh bloody.
Yeah, I got off this chat and I just wanted to look at one more thing online, but then I fell asleep and now this happened and it's like the side of her face is all swollen.
Yeah, I'll just put an ear piercing wherever it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Night,
Thanks for
guys.
coming. Thanks for coming.
Good night.
Night, everybody in the chat.
Apple walnut coffee cake. Susie just sent me a picture. Oh,
That sounds
my
really
God.
good.
That sounds fucking delicious.
Right. She's putting the cake in the oven.
Yeah, I just found a recipe for those like peanut butter bars you used to get back in school.
Oh, really?
Kaylin,
My
Kaylin,
mom
do you
used
realize
to
you
make
can make your
those.
own, sweetheart? You can. You can grow your own mushrooms in your own backyard, whether you live in a city or not.
And you'd be surprised what you find in the back of a city park.
Yep.
Under the shade trees and stuff.
Yep. I don't know what city you live in, but if you live, in the Northeast, there are mushrooms on Boston Common, especially down by where the swan boats, and that's all public land, so you can do what you can just pick it. They can't tell you can't.
I'm sure in Massachusetts they probably can.
Thanks, Jay Watt, but you're a little late for Shalisa unless she's watching the live on YouTube. Oh, there she goes. And she's on it already. You know where I used to, around the place I used to work, they used to buy mulch and put wood chips down.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they accidentally grind up an elm tree or what, but they used to, frickin' morels were growing on the berms where they put that wood chips and stuff. Like crazy.
Do they grow by elm trees more or something like that? Or
yeah, it's
whoa,
kind of
whoa,
a hot
whoa,
spot,
whoa, whoa.
and it's an easy spot to spot. I've had great luck under dead elms.
Okay.
Can I?
Whoa.
Can I switch from the mushroom to just one thing, just to pick on you fucking palm knockers for half a second? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm done with
So, because you know why? I'm gonna do Ohio next. Not that Ohio, the state of Ohio. Okay. So because I just wanted to find out something, right? I typed in air gun laws, Michigan. Let me read it to you. You cannot buy a concealed pellet/air handgun in Michigan unless you have a permit. Are you fucking kidding me right now? And you make fun of Massachusetts.
Are you saying I cannot take a BB gun pistol and put it inside my jacket?
I'm telling you, I'm reading it to you verbatim. Michigan law requires that concealed BB gun handguns are subject to the same firearm license requirements.
Yeah, because it looks like a pistol.
Safety inspection certificate and concealed pistol license requirements as other firearms. You cannot buy a concealed pellet/air handgun in Michigan unless you have a permit. Are you fucking
no?
kidding
I
me?
think you can't carry it concealed.
Okay, here you go. You ready? Watch.
I
Here comes
just
the
seen them
page.
in the store the other day. I can go buy one right off the shelf. I just can't stick it inside my jacket and hide it.
I'm just reading what it says.
Now I know where my brother-in-law lives. They're not allowed. They don't sell BB guns.
Hold on a minute.
They have a city ordinance.
They word that shit to confuse people on purpose. Like for years, I didn't think you could hunt deer with a pistol in Michigan because of the way they worded it. Until I read it like 1,400 times, I'm like, well, yeah, if I follow the rules, I can hunt deer with a pistol. I'll be damned. Yeah, I can go buy a BB gun pistol or rifle off the shelf at Kmart with no permit, no nothing right now.
Okay. But it says.
But I cannot hide it.
Carry it. You can't carry it unless you have a concealed, unless you have a CCW.
Oh no, right here it does say that. It does say that, Steve.
I'm reading it verbatim out of the fucking rule book.
Michigan law requires BB guns. That BB guns are subject to the same firearms license requirements, safety inspection certificate, and concealed pistol license requirement as other firearms. You cannot buy a pellet air gun in Michigan unless you have a permit.
I can too. They have them all over the shelves, right in Walmart.
Yes, Stephen. But listen, you're not hearing what they're saying, bro. They're saying you can buy it. Absolutely. You don't need a license to buy it. Yep. You go in and buy it. Now, carry that weapon. You cannot carry it.
I can strap it to my hip in plain view and carry it.
Well, not by this law. This law reads. Well, you can because you have a CCW.
Open carry.
But you can because you have a CCW. This
no,
says.
I do not.
Well, I'm just telling you what the law says, bro. I'm reading it.
It changed. No, wait, hang on, Mike. You're getting old information. It changed in 2015.
It says 2022.
It makes sense. I can buy a pistol. I just can't conceal it and walk down the street.
Correct.
I'll tell you what, Mike. You go buy a BB gun pistol, stick it in your coat, and go like this and show a cop and see what happens.
Well, nobody said you're going to go show a cop and see what happens. But yes, I can.
Show a neighbor. I bet you.
But yes, I can.
I bet you can't.
I bet you I can.
Concealed weapon. Just like you can't hide a belt knife in your coat. It's a concealed weapon.
I can't hide what?
You can't hide a belt knife in your coat. A hunting knife inside your coat. It's concealed.
During hunting season, I can carry any knife I want. But I can only carry a knife. I can't carry a knife that's over 4.5 inches the blade in length.
You
anyway.
took words out of that sentence. I said you cannot carry it concealed.
Concealed means out of sight, correct?
Yes.
I carry a knife every day in my pocket. And it's
holders. I said a belt knife.
Oh, so a fixed blade. So a fixed blade, right?
You cannot hide that inside your coat.
A fixed blade. Okay. I got you. Gotcha.
Just like you can't take a BB gun pistol and hide it inside your coat. But you can strap it to your hip all day long.
You used to have to buy a BB gun in Michigan just like you bought a regular firearm. You had to do a background check and all that shit. That changed. But you still need a concealed carry permit to carry a concealed pellet gun.
They had air pressure limits or feet per second limits on it. Like I can go buy a 1,200 feet per second BB gun right off the shelf.
Yeah, but if it was like pneumatic or whatever, and
PCP is what you're trying to say. So. Not PCP, the drug. PCP, you're right. Pneumatic, charged.
Yeah. The higher power ones you had to do a 4473 background check, just like you would buying a rifle.
Back in the day.
Back then. Yeah,
but guess what? I don't have to do that here in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. You bring your BB gun to a shotgun fight, and we'll talk.
I'll tell you what. I won't bring a BB gun. I'll tell you what. I won't bring the BB gun, but I'll bring the manufacturer is called AEA. You guys can look it up. AEA 72 cal pellet gun. I'll bring that any day of the week.
I've watched
any day of the week.
You better make it count.
I watched a lady shoot a damn hog with a 50 cal pellet gun, and it dropped it dead right there where it was.
But still, it's not a semi-automatic. So you better make the shot count.
Okay, now on Ohio. What's Ohio? What's so bad about Ohio?
I'm going to look up Ohio. Hang on, let me do it.
Just type in concealed BB gun. anytime you use that word concealed, like you can't walk down the street with a bat hidden in your coat, baseball bat.
No law regulates air rifles, BB guns, and let me see.
Yeah, Ohio's fucking awesome.
Air guns are not considered for the problem is that you may be barred from owning any type of weapon under your term. That's 2017, though. Hang on. Junior license for pellet air gun.
Not only do we go to constitutional carry in Ohio, we went to
oh my goodness. Hang on,
let me finish. We went to the point to where if you had an improper handling of a firearm in a motor vehicle charge, they're going to expunge those. Or if you had a concealed carry charge against you prior to this law, they're going to expunge all of those. So your record's going to be wiped clean because we were on a constitutional carry.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. I gotta go.
What makes no sense? What I said or something you're reading?
Something I'm reading. It says crossbows, spear guns, and all air guns with a muzzle velocity of over 1 joule, including paintball markers, are legally considered firearms and have to be licensed.
Not in Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Ohio area.
Now we have like city ordinances, like in the city where I live.
Right. We do too. So
you're not allowed to shoot BB guns and pellet guns within the city limits or whatever.
Yeah, we can shoot them.
I can shoot a bow and arrow in my backyard.
We have to have for a BB. Our BB gun and pellet gun laws are the same as our firearm laws, in the sense that I have to be 500 feet away from supposedly.
Yeah, I can shoot a bow and arrow all day long in my backyard, but not a pellet gun.
Okay, you ready? What you just said is spot on. BB and pellet guns can count as deadly weapons in the state of Ohio if used in a crime, and are forbidden in the Capitol building.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
everything's fucking forbidden in the Capitol building.
But otherwise are not regulated at the state level.
Yeah.
Certain cities in Ohio have laws governing the use of air guns, and some like some like Cincinnati treat them the same as firearms.
And by the way, you have to have a concealed license to conceal a BB gun in Massachusetts.
No, I don't.
And yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I just read it.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I already went down and looked at all my laws, kid. And I already talked to my chief of police. I can carry.
You got the link? Share the link, Mikey? Or no,
I can carry a handgun, BB gun in my fucking vehicle.
That's not concealed.
The glove box isn't concealed?
No.
Sure.
On your person is
concealed on your person.
I think I'm going to have it on me, too. I'll look it up. Hang on.
Actually, carrying it in your glove box is the proper way to do it. Because it's in a different compartment than the...
Yeah, that's true, Stump. Have to run into a lot of CEOs or COs especially don't know the freaking law that they're enforcing. Right.
Hang on.
J-Wad hitting on Susie now, for Christ's sakes?
Yeah, they're going back and forth. It's funny.
But it wasn't buttered.
What? Stump said Ohio sucks. The laws ain't bad, though. Hey, you leave my personal life out of this, Stump.
We know everything.
Yeah, I like my brother-in-law wanted to buy his son. They live in Grosse Pointe. He wanted to buy his son a Red Ryder for Christmas. So you can't get him. Can't get him anywhere in that area because the stupid Governor Whitner did something or whatever, and you can't get BB guns in his area.
Yeah, it's called a city.
So I bought one at Walmart in my city and then shipped it to him.
Do you know Detroit proper does not have a grocery store? You know, like a big grocery store. They got little party stores and stuff.
Yeah.
But no big grocery store.
No major chain or anything like that.
Yeah. And I've been around most of it now. And Grosse Pointe technically is one street away from Detroit. It's like it's stuck between a lake and a ghetto.
The thing is, but if you watch their police, you remember the old term circle the wagons?
Yeah.
That's what their police do. If you sit on the side street and look on the main road that goes out like for Detroit,
yep.
Every like 15 seconds a police car will go by. It's like,
is that Mack Avenue that
yes, Mack Avenue.
Yeah, I was delivering that one day where I kept texting you. I was all up and down that son of a beach nut.
But man, those damn houses are nice as hell out there in Grosse Pointe, though.
Some of them are. I don't want to live in a place where you got to shoot your way in every night till you get into your neighborhood.
Right. Or if you go for a jog and accidentally turn left when you should turn right, and then
or break down on your way home.
There's a little area down in Grosse Pointe where my brother-in-law lives, where it's in walking distance, and you walk down. There's like a Kroger and a Dairy Queen and all kinds of, but it doesn't look like a Kroger, man. It's like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the buildings all look like something else.
It's little.
Well, but once you go in, though, it's big. It's a big Kroger inside, but the building looks like, you know how they're trying to make some of these like areas of cities, like revamped and everything.
Yeah.
It's all like walking distance and everything. Like every store has like every little restaurant has like a patio out front on the sidewalk with tables and stuff to sit at.
Yeah, that's so the drive-by guys have a fair chance.
You know, that whole walking distance thing Ohio just brought up, I've got a question. Who's the jackass that decides when something is within walking distance?
Right.
It's me, because if I walk there and I'm too tired to walk back, it's out of walking distance.
Exactly. But I mean, they tell you all the time, oh, it's such and such within walking distance. You pull up a map, it's like fucking 6 miles away.
Yeah,
Who the
I
fuck's
think
walking
walking
6
distance
miles?
for me is like within 2 blocks.
That's those fit people sipping on their Starbucks.
Right. To me, walking distance is like to the golf cart or the lawnmower or something, and crank that bitch up and ride all the way down to the end of the range to check your targets.
Right on.
Mikey is in serious need of like finding something wrong with our states. He's digging.
No, I'm trying to find my own
dude.
because I can't find where it says you're not allowed to carry a BB handgun in the state of Massachusetts. It just doesn't say you can't do it.
Carry concealed, not just carry.
I can't find where it says that. No minor under the age 18 can't. So
They can't
all right.
even possess one.
Section 12B, no minor under the age of 18 shall have an air rifle or so-called BB gun in his possession while in any place to which the public has a right of access. In his possession. That means you have, okay? Unless he is accompanied by an adult or unless he is the holder of a sporting or hunting license, blah, 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 blah.
Right, you got to read the whole sentence because usually it don't mean squat.
Okay? Now,
So in other words,
it says no person shall discharge a BB gun, pellet gun, from any air rifle or so-called BB gun into, from, or across any street, alley, public way, or railroad, or railway, right of way, and no minor under the age of 18 shall discharge a BB shot, pellet, or other object from an air rifle gun unless he is accompanied by an adult. Nowhere does it say I can't carry a BB gun, handgun. I looked.
Concealed.
It doesn't say it. And this is why I went to the Drake Police Department and asked, and he said, go right ahead.
Yeah, right. Did you say concealed or did you say carry?
I said carried. Well, Stevie, you got to understand, Mass. When we talk about, if I said to him, I have a license to carry, right?
Yeah.
Guess what that means? It means you have a license to carry. We don't have, I went through this last night.
Yeah,
We don't have two separate licenses.
we don't either. We have one, and it's called a concealed carry permit.
Okay.
To carry one on my hip, I do not need any kind of permit or license, as long as it is in plain view.
Okay. Well,
Like right now, I could strap my 9mm to my hip.
Okay.
And go downtown.
Right. We if you have an LTL here, okay.
I don't
here
need
in
anything.
Here in Massachusetts, if you have a license to carry, LTC, excuse me. Well, I said LTL, sorry. If you have a license to carry in the state of Massachusetts,
you can do both.
You can do both.
Right.
Now, at the risk of, pouring gasoline on what I'm hoping is a, completely extinguished dead mule we beat the fuck out of for 2 nights now.
Right.
If I understand it correctly, your state, Mikey.
Yes.
Y'all have to acquire a permit or a license or something like that to purchase or own firearms, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, on the same token, your state, with that one license / permit, magical fucking fairy dust piece of shit paper,
yep.
That is your concealed carry permit as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was, I hadn't died trying to sort out all the massive bullshit the last couple nights, but I just want to make sure.
The only license I need is if I want to conceal a weapon on my body.
The only thing the only thing that license that you have in Massachusetts you cannot buy is a machine gun. That's it.
That's pretty much country
Right.
wide.
Right. And we can carry open here, but there's a little asterisk. It says don't do it. But you can. Nobody's ever been put in jail. Nobody's ever been put in jail for it. But the cops usually get called, and then they're like, I have my permit right here, blah blah blah. He's like, okay, but this isn't, and people will say this isn't New Hampshire or Maine. Put it over your coat,
Here,
under your coat.
Here in most places, at least in my little town, I stood behind the guy in the gas station the other day with a pistol on his hip, and everybody was fine with it.
Right.
Well, I can't say everybody. I'm sure there's one person.
And it gets back to what Ohio was saying about it all depends where you are. So, like, if I'm out in Western Mass, where the towns, like you were saying, small towns or whatever, nobody gives a shit. I live in a town of 35,000 people. You wear a gun on your hip for people to see it, and you don't have a badge hanging on from your neck, people are going to fucking think the sky's falling,
Let's see. The way the law is here, South Carolina law, if once you do your class, you get your carried permit, concealed carry permit, whatever the fuck terminology or acronym you want to use. The way the law is here now, you cannot open carry. We don't have constitutional carry. But once you get your permit, you can open carry because you have your permit. At that point, having the permit, it's your choice. Wear it on your hip, wear it under your shirt, wear it under your jeans, whatever.
That law has got to be way outdated, Ohio, because buying a firearm, I do not even have to have a safety inspection anymore or a certificate.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just finding.
That's got to be old. Hinder Collector, what's up?
What's up, Hinder?
It's your
it's the weirdest
birthday.
stuff. It's like
Congratulations, bro.
Stevie, those air guns we were talking about before,
Yeah,
right?
that was 2016.
Yeah.
is
Like
when
the
that
big
article
boys?
was-
All that shit's been eliminated now, except for the concealed carry.
Stevie, you know what's funny? You know the how we were talking about the PCP air guns,
Yeah.
right? Even the semis and all them, right? You can there's a company called Donnie FL. He makes silencers, or excuse me, suppressors, right? And they're fucking legal.
For a
Oh yeah, talking about air rifle suppressors. Yeah,
Yes.
you don't need a tax stamp or anything on those
You don't need a
motherfuckers
tax stamp.
because
You
it's
don't have
not
to
for a
fill out no
firearm.
form. It's just the weirdest thing to me. That's
Do
all.
you
It's
really
just
need a suppressor on an air gun?
some of those air guns are louder than any fucking gun you shot.
Right on,
Yes.
Zero B. What's
It's
up?
compressed air, bro.
They you have to remember here how a lot of the stage conversions, so to speak, for like the old Orlikins and Bofors cannons and stuff like that on the carriers when they do the parades and shit. The pom pom guns, they're normally converted over to like a propane or butane or something like that. Usually it's propane, but a lot of companies that do it now, they don't even do that. They'll just put a computer controlled valve in the bottom, welded in, or even down the muzzle a little ways, and they'll just run heavy duty compressors, and that pop that you get to hear now is nothing more than compressed air escaping when the valve releases.
Oh, like for like cannons and stuff for like ceremonies and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually seen, believe it or not, a legit air rifle, man carried, shouldered, looks just like the one you youngins played with when they were kids and like we played with when we were chaps. Fucker was a 30 caliber, and when dude touched it off, you didn't so much hear it as you felt it. The muzzle, the compression, the shock wave, initially had the muzzle, the back blast, whatever you want to call it. Terminology is escaping me. But yeah, I would have swore up and down he was shooting a fucking 30-06 or a 45-70, something like that.
No shit. Cool.
Yeah. The concussion, that's the word I'm looking for.
All
And
right,
it hits you in the chest like a real gun.
Right.
I'll jump back in when I get in my car.
Right on, man. Cool.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
Sweet.
Right on, Ohio.
Yeah, that's an old law, that stuff that Ohio put in there. And the funny thing is, it was like on the books for a while because it wasn't on the books when I was a kid.
Hey.
But they put it on the books, and then we bitched, and they took it all off.
Check those out.
What? Somebody got their knockers out?
No, the link I just put in the outside the YouTube
Gotcha. Right on, J. Watt. You're absolutely correct. Lewis and Clark carried an air rifle.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
they most certainly did.
Badass. Except for they had to have 12 people with them blowing on the hose to get it to go. Mike, it's a bunch of advertisements. Airgun Depot. You want me to spin now? No thanks.
Airgun Depot, that's from what I understand, a fairly reputable site.
Hang on.
I got it.
No, that's a regular site.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so click on any of those.
Badass.
All right, Benjamin Bulldog, 357, and just like look at one of the videos of them, and then down the bottom, or actually in the search window, if you look up,
Oof, I don't like the price on them.
Yeah, they're expensive as fuck, bro. All right, so they sell. It's 50 cal, but it's .51. But can we argue it's still a 50 cal? Okay.
Yeah, close enough.
A 350 grain projectile.
That would be a thumper.
And it's fucking legal.
Well, Size doesn't matter, Mike.
So
Tell 'em, Dish.
that comes out of the. That's coming out at about, 900 feet per second. All right. I mean, you're looking at a foot-pounds of energy of upwards of like 400.
Right.
Now here's where you really start to do a little bit of math and start thinking a little bit. All of us know, the role of body armor is to stop a projectile, correct?
Correct.
Some
All right. Yeah. The easiest way to defeat body armor is raw velocity, correct? Look up the velocities you can get out of some of these 30 and 50 caliber air rifles that are totally legal for any fucking body to get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, some of the nicer ones, like at the hell is it, the Air Force Texan or something like that?
Yep,
It's
the Air
50
Force
cal
Texan,
rig.
Yep.
That son of a bitch gets over 3,000 foot a
Yes.
second.
Yep.
And they have one now. This guy, they call him Mr. Bullet Points. Not Mr. Bullet Points. Mr.
And I haven't
Hollow,
heard that.
Mr. Hollow Points.
Wow.
Right?
Mr. Hollow Points is his name. I know. I'm sorry. I said Bullet Points. It's not him. Mr. Hollow Points. He makes these. He casts these bullet. He casts a ton of shit. Right.
Yeah.
He had his hands in about 6 years ago. The making of a helium air gun.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck! You gotta hear that thing go off.
I was just thinking the expansion rate, the goddamn the velocities he'd get out of that.
It's and none of it. It's all. So my point is, it's all legal, and I don't understand. They got semi-automatics.
Yeah, I mean, you can go back and if you really start digging and looking around history-wise, pneumatic rifles. Those are some of the first murder weapons for, putting critters on the table. The black powder shit was around, but I mean, guys were using air rifles for a long time to drop elk, moose, cows, whatever.
I
and
just
do
find
it
it amazing
fairly quietly and efficiently as shit.
how they'll
It's-
both do the same job for you. Like I said to Stevie about the suppressors,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing to me. Is all, I guess. That's all.
All because it doesn't fall in that firearm loophole.
And the funny part is, you go overseas, and certain countries overseas go by the energy. So, like your regular Red Ryder BB gun is going to give you around I don't know. They only shoot at what, about 380 feet per second. So
Pretty slow.
There's a
you're lucky if you're getting 6 foot-pounds of energy out of it. Well, in across the pond in England, they can't legally, without a stamp, right? Because they call them stamps or whatever over there. Without a stamp, you can't get one of those that's more than 14 foot-pounds of energy.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's basically why we kicked them out of the country, Mike.
Yeah, pretty much.
See ya.
Apparently, we left a lot of them in fucking New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, California.
Holdouts.
Apparently we left a lot of them there.
Mike, you were talking about that, the foot-pounds of energy and such and whatever. There's a channel, I think Dish or You1 are the one that got me watching the dude. He's over in Germany. The Slingshot channel. It's like Jorg Sprave or some shit like that. And he done a video, a pretty long one, explaining all the conversion tables between, foot-pounds and joules and all that shit.
Yeah, we use foot-pounds.
It's kind of impressive how that shit converts over. I mean, if you don't know the definition, you hear somebody say, something's got X number of joules of energy, you think, well, fuck, that's impressive. And then you find out it's the equivalent of dropping a ping pong ball. You're like, what the hell?
Jay Watt's got the name of the guy out there. Jorg Spargo. Sprague.
Sprague.
Yeah, something like that. Big bald headed dude. He looks like he'd be a mean fucker, but he's cool as shit.
They say it takes. They say it only takes, and we all know that you can do it with like a tooth. You can kill somebody with a toothpick, right? But I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Normally, with something coming out of a barrel of a gun, they say it only takes 80 foot-pounds of energy to kill a human being. Okay.
I'm kind of surprised it's that high.
Me too, but that's what they say. So they do all these things with the air guns and stuff, and they say that if you can shoot, if you can get a projectile to go through a three-quarter inch piece of plywood from 50 yards away, it's deadly, it's lethal. You can use it as a fucking self-defense, and that's what they'll tell you.
Yep.
Watt retracted that name and changed it.
Yeah, now it says Sprague or something.
Yeah, Sprague or Sprague or something like that. Kind of a bigger dude, bald headed. If I remember right, he wears glasses sometimes, but the bulk is get a slingshots and homemade improvised weaponry.
Jezzo, I hope she still has a finger connected to it, bro.
Right on. Couple of stitches.
Ruh-roh.
I'd just throw some duct tape on it and call it good.
Call it duct
Be
tape,
strong.
tape.
Rub some deer
Yep.
salt in it first.
Make sure it's dirty. Yep.
The duct tape's good because it has that adhesive on it, so that
Yeah.
you get that in the cut and stuff. It
Yep.
works pretty good.
Stays in the cut. Yep. Good job, guys.
You always got those 3 strings still left on there that you can't get off.
Yep.
You got to chew it. Then you get one stuck in a tooth.
Remember one day I'm working with my dad. I'm working with my mom and dad. I just got divorced, and I don't know. I think I was 14 or something. And I'm working with my dad up north, and I had cut my hand, and I said, "Dad, I got a problem." He goes, "What is it?" I just cut my hand wide open. And he looked at it and he goes, "Nah, you're good." I'm like, "Okay." He says, "Come here." So he goes, guys, washes it off. Just swear to God, takes the 4-inch gauze pad, right? Takes the 4-inch gauze pad, takes the fucking electrical tape.
Yep.
He goes,
That was perfect.
he goes, "You're good to go." He goes, "You're good to go." The thing wouldn't stop bleeding, right?
Right.
So of course, then I get infected, right? And so at the end of the week, I'm like, "Dad, I got a problem." He goes, "What?" He goes, "That cut on my hand's killing me." I goes, "My hand's all puffy."
I agree.
He goes, "Let me see it." Because I've been putting on new gauze and new electric tape, right? So I show it to him. He says, "Jesus, it's infected." I go, "Okay." I said, "But I've been trying to keep it clean." We go to the hospital. First words out of the fucking doctor's mouth: "How come you didn't come in here when you did it? Because you shouldn't. You needed stitches." I get home that Sunday night. My mother went through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so pissed off. They gave me an antibiotic. It was all right. I mean, it was only going to take like 4 stitches. It wasn't like it was a fucking 10-stitch fucking gaff,
Right.
you know?
An 80 Vicodin, right?
Nope, I didn't get no Vicodin.
Oh, shit.
Nope.
No Vicodin for you
No
back
Vicodin.
then.
Back in the day, damn it.
That fucking kid, oh my God. Whole fucking bottle of Vicodin.
Right on, redneck. I agree. Did you make up your mind to stay a while this time?
Dude, there was no. I couldn't hear anybody the last time.
What?
Redneck, we were talking about air guns because some of us adults can't have real guns.
Hey, Mike.
What?
Not some.
Just one.
Just saying.
I said,
I don't mean to
I'm
be
not the
mean,
only
but-
person in America that can't.
That.
Brighten your fucking horizons. Don't just think I'm the only person on here, you fucking nitwit. This fucking chat goes out throughout the whole fucking the whole world. We get this in Europe.
Fucktard, even you just said in here.
No, this chat goes worldwide, dude.
I don't know about
Okay, but I
worldwide.
think Ohio was referencing the just shy of a half dozen of us that are hanging out here, you know, talking and everybody's typing in response to what we're saying and shit. You know,
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
excuse me, it's a dozen and a half.
I was talking
So-
about on the
Grand
video
total.
feed part.
So
the
I
video
was just
feed
trying to
part.
say that, Stump. I was just trying to let him know that he has more audience, right? So yes,
MCK, what's up?
Hey, MCK.
hey MCK.
He's an internet. He's an international YouTube celebrity.
There you
Don't
go.
Right?
Right.
don't you know? Don't you know who he thinks he is?
So I'm trying to get him
Wait
to
a minute, we
broaden his
talking about
horizons.
Steve or Mike? Hang on, Mikey. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Which one, Ohio? Steve or Mike?
Steve. He's an international YouTube celebrity.
Yeah, I got 2 people from Canada to watch the show, eh?
Right?
All right. Well, since this shit went international,
No, 3
motherfucker, I
multi-gunmen.
want to raise.
3 multi-gunmen.
Oh.
Dermabond. What is that? Oh, that's like the fucking liquid stitch. Isn't Dermabond liquid
Mikey,
stitch? Oh, she's fine. What?
can you have one of those self-defense paintball like mace pistols?
The
Because
pepper
they
ball.
say they're not federally or they're not state or federally mandated. Anyone can own them.
Because they are charged by CO2. Yes, I can.
Dude,
I would get one of them sons of bitches. Those are badass.
What's up?
Oh, there's another Canuck.
up there where Mikey's at, though, man, he damn near has to have a permit to carry a fucking rape whistle.
Hello, real regal.
No, I can
Although
carry.
I still think mace is illegal here. No, wait, we can have pepper spray now, can't we? Don't they sell the little?
Yeah.
Keychain pepper spray bottles. Yep. No, but the one he's talking about, the pepper balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm watching people shoot. What's his name? Give me his name. He's like he works with a Mexican, and they're always out in the desert in Utah. Azurman, Big Gun Channel. My friend. Oh my God, what is this fucking channel name? Anyways,
the Mexicans.
no, his friend is Mexican.
I did make it, sorry.
Are you talking Demolition Ranch?
No, I said his friend is Mexican.
Talk about the
Oh,
guy
he's in Texas.
shoots the 50.
He's in Texas.
He does all the goofy stuff with the 50 cal, like shooting titanium blocks and stuff.
Yes.
Hey, let's shoot an arrow up in the air and see how long it stays
Yes.
up there.
What is his name?
Not a clue, but it's a pretty cool channel for.
Okay.
He
He
looks
did
like
the
a
pepper
total-
ball gun the other day. Well,
Yeah.
I saw it the other day. It might have been a year old. Who the fuck knows, right?
Right.
But so he let his buddy shoot him with it, and he's like, but they didn't do it didn't have the pepper in it, but it was the same size ball and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should
It's
see
like 68 caliber.
Yeah, you should see the fucking welt that left on this fucking guy.
Oh yeah.
Now you take. What's funny is you can get 68 caliber glass marbles that you use for slingshots, and they'll fit right in there too.
Yes.
Ooh, ow. Funk.
I'm looking up in my history to see his name because he's a fucking riot. The funny part is that the guy that does the videoing, he calls his friend cabron. In some languages, in Spanish, a cabron is a bad word. It means in some languages of Spanish, cabron means that your wife cheated on you and that you don't care. And it's like a wicked insult to call.
Like
you know
a
what I mean?
cuck, like we call it cuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Edwin Sarkisson.
Jeez, no wonder you didn't remember that name.
Yeah, I'd never even heard of this channel.
Yes, you will. As soon as I put it up, you'll know him. He's been on.
Yeah, you don't look like a gun guy at all. The guy I'm thinking of. Looks like you should be on a beach lifting weights or something. Dish.
Actually, this is the. I'll share the link in the room.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Here, there's the link to that. But he's a fucking riot, this guy.
Oh shit! I might as well be carrying a BB gun, considering what I'm carrying tonight.
Okay, I'm curious. What they got you carrying?
No, it's just my vehicle gun. You know, I don't care if it gets stolen or whatever, or if I lose it or whatever. It's just here.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's a
block.
25.
Right.
That little 25 auto.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Jay Watt.
It fits like in the compartment underneath my radio. Perfect, and you can't even see it.
Nice.
Nice.
They work great when you got 5 guys flopping on top of you trying to cut your
Cabron,
throat.
let me shoot you, Cabron.
Yeah, if one of them says "ow" and starts bleeding, the rest of them might leave, right?
Yep. Well,
Especially when they hear that little pop that accompanies it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, them 25s with them little tiny barrels, it's not a little pop. It's fucking loud.
Yeah.
Good.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It looks like it fucking hurts, don't it?
Yes.
But you
And the other guy's Mexican. Cabron, do you hear him? Cabron.
Hey, HVACR, put a link to that channel you go live with, bro. He
Right
goes
on.
live late night on Fridays.
Who does? HVAC North?
Yep.
Hackback North? That's what we used to call it when we were in high school, Hackback.
We just called HVAC. But
Right.
he does the commercial refrigeration and shit, so he's
Oh, really?
a step above in the big bucks.
Yeah. We didn't do commercial. We didn't do. We did. We did mainly hot air, but we did gas and everything too.
Tell you what,
We used to
I
make
worked-
our own trunk line and everything. HVAC. Hackback North.
when I worked heating and air conditioning, my favorite thing is when we got a contract for like a commercial building.
Yep.
And we had to rent a crane and drop one of the big AC units on the roof. That was a blast. I loved that. It took all day too, you know, and you got paid. Usually it was like for a school or something, so you got prevailing wage.
Right.
A friend of mine out west, he runs flatbed, and that's all he does is those massive commercial heat and air units.
Yeah.
Right.
And most everything they do, he ends up pulling in a parking lot or in somebody's field close by, and they unload him with helicopters. He says it takes the shit out of the truck.
He's a fucking asshole.
Ohio Redneck Prepper said he found a bullet for that 25 that claims it has the punch of a 9mm.
What's that?
Oh, geez. Do I got to say that whole sentence again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn it. Redneck Prepper said he found a round for that 25 that claims it has the punch of a 9mm.
Really?
What the hell
what
do they
makes
do?
that?
What they do? Put a quarter stick of fucking dynamite behind the little pill?
Well, it might be one of those solids with the split on the front or something.
Right
Yeah,
on
they-
HVAC.
Or it gets
It is
going a
endless
little
learning.
bit.
Except that 24 gauge got kind of fucking heavy, especially when it was the 24 by 10 duck. Oh, that was fucking heavy. I was no good at it. I did it just to help out, but those guys were going through it. They'd curl it. I'd be curling it like this, putting it through the machine. It was just, you had to walk. It was just a fucking, for me, it was just a, like I said, I did it to help out. I used to love that. They make their plenums. They did all that shit.
Back in my club days, one of our brothers, he done that. He was with the refrigeration team department, whatever you call it, for Bilo grocery store chain.
Yeah.
And dude, it was crazy. You know, the maintaining all the coolers and stuff they got in all their stores.
Mhm.
yeah, he would just some nights, we'd be sitting around drinking, shooting the shit. He'd start telling the horror stories of some of the crap they'd have to go through just to make shit work or patch it back together for a couple days till they could do a, shut everything down and do a retrofit or some shit like that.
Right.
Them guys catch hell, man. It's not all grits and gravy, so to speak. They catch hell a lot of times.
I used to catch hell because I'd take the fucking, the guys that come back from the job sites and it'd be fucking dented fucking pipe you can't use anymore and shit. And I keep telling them, I'm like, guys, you gotta. Anyways, I'll take like a 4-inch, usually it's like 16 gauge or 20 gauge. It's fucking hard to pull apart, right? This just a stovepipe stump, not
Right.
I'd go over the shop and I'd flatten it all out, right? And I'd take a piece off and stuff, and I'd start making fucking Chinese stars. So the guys would piss me off. And by the way, try to cut those with handhelds, not a good thing. So
No.
yeah, it hurt. So I made a bunch of fucking Chinese stars, right? So as the guys would come in and they'd piss me off, I'd just go like this, fuck off. And good thing I missed, because I'll tell you what, there's a few times the fucking thing sticking the fucking sheetrock and everything like that,
Oh, hell yeah.
Good fucking thing I missed a lot, but
damn.
Because we had the 2-ways, the neck tells back then. And
Yeah.
you can hear him. Mike's throwing metal at us. We hear the boss going, "Did you piss him off?" Well, I think so. Well, don't piss him off.
Right.
Oh, we had such a fun time over there. But I was
we used
allergic
to do
to
our
the.
we used to do our own duct work, and I worked in the duct shop.
Yep.
And
Quack,
we would
quack.
take custom orders. People would ladies would draw shit up and want like a fucking birdhouse made out of
Galvanized.
the metal and shit. But the best order I ever did, a custom order, was a dash for a fucking race car.
Cool.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That was pretty cool, actually. And the guy brings his measurements in, and he's like, make it to these measurements exactly. And we made it to those measurements, and he took it. He came, picked it up, took it to his car. We never heard from him for probably 2 or 3 weeks. And he came back in and stopped by. He said, "Hey, I just want to let you guys know that thing it fit in there like a glove." He's like, well, put my gauges in, and I was done. He's like, 10 minutes. Like, sweet.
Hell yeah.
Do that with my Bronco on the dashboard.
We used to buy all our metal out of South. Well, we buy it from this dealer from Holman's, right? But it's coming from Southwark. And I was allergic. It comes in on the 4x8 skids and shit and all that, 4x10 skids and all that shit, right? The oils that it comes with, I was wicked bad fucking allergic reaction to them. I used to have to wear fucking, what do you call it, gloves?
Girl gloves.
Yeah, I cut myself more than once, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And the very first time I did, it was bad.
That stuff they coat that shit with is like the bottom of the barrel and the bottom of the barrel.
It was bad.
Nasty.
I missed that job though. A lot of fun times.
Duke Traps use that nasty shit to coat their stuff when they ship it.
They taught me how to change over an oil heater to a gas heater. It's only like a couple of things you have to go down and now it's gonna go to gas, and it was pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to do that when I move. I'm gonna have to switch my stove over to propane from natural gas.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how they do that shit.
A dish.
Yes.
I'll need a new orifice.
Hey, man, I was thinking about that metal shop. We had the big metal table that we had these magnets from the ceiling that were on pulleys, and they're electric. You turn them on, and it holds your metal down on the table. That way you can scribe it and shit, and it doesn't move, and you can cut it.
Right.
And the shop was like a barn out back behind the building, and when you came in, you turned everything on with one switch off the breaker box.
Boy, that would be a
And
suck job for a guy with a cock stud.
well, what we used to do, we'd fuck with each other, and like at night before we leave, if we weren't working the shop the next day, somebody else was. We'd take the magnets and bring them down almost to the table, to where the pulley wouldn't hold it up if it was on, and then we would turn them on when the breaker box was off. So when whoever walks in the morning turns the power on, the magnets turn on, and they hit the table. It sounds like a fucking explosion, man.
Nice.
Boom! Scare the shit out of you.
Fucking Ohio.
Very first time I ever went to this, I was working for this company, and we had to go pick some shit up, and it was a place where they made MRIs before I even knew what fucking MRI was, and it was in my hometown. And the guy says, you know, you got to leave this over here. I goes, why? He goes, because that's the rule. I'm like, okay. So we leave it there, and he goes, so by the way, he says, this is why you can't have any metal on you. I go, why? He takes a fucking aluminum, not aluminum, but steel folding chair. He opens the fucking door, and he let go of the chair. Whoa, 100 miles an hour crash through the fucking room. I was fucking
I bet he
pissed
loves
myself
doing that
laughing.
demonstration.
You know? But that was before I knew what the fucking MRI was.
I don't understand people that come up to a fucking toll booth and don't have their shit ready.
Oh, I hate that.
Why are people still paying? Around here, you just drive through the fucking,
Well, that's what I do, but at night they shut this one down to where you either have to have an easy pass or you just pay at the automated system.
Right.
And not, you know.
Because they're not manned. They're not manned around here from
stupid lady's still sitting back there.
From 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
It's probably the same person that back in the day when you used to write checks at the grocery store, they didn't have the check all made out except for the price.
I just can't believe how stupid the toll booth people used to be. Remember the basket, Stevie?
Yeah.
Right? You sit there, you get a bunch of slugs, and you just go, ding. You just fucking go. Oh. It was like a quarter. Here you go. Now it's like, they get me all the time. My wife's like, where were you? Why am I paying this bill? I go, I was in Boston.
The worst toll I've been to so far is West Virginia. When we went to Florida.
Yep.
I looked on my bill because I got the Easy Pass and I get my statement.
Right.
And it's like fucking $9 to drive like 2 goddamn miles in West Virginia.
Oh, really? Let me text. Hey, I got one better than that. You ready?
You didn't go through the tunnel, did you?
You what?
You did not go through the tunnel then. The one where you go through the 2 tunnels back to back, that one's like $14.50 or some shit.
Yeah. Down on 77?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go to, here's what you got to do. Hey, here's what you got to do. Ohio. Take Route 90 east, right? Come like you're coming to Boston. And then say, no, I don't want to do that. I think I'm going to go to, who cares? Let's say Delaware, but I'm going to go via 95, and I'm going to go over the George Washington Bridge in New York. $22 later.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Go over the GW in New York and see how much it's cost you.
Yeah, somebody's got to feed the homeless in New York.
Unbelievable what it costs to go over the GW in fucking New York.
Are they letting trucks across the George Washington yet?
I don't know if they are or not, but they used to charge them an arm and a leg.
Yeah. And you had to have like special permits and appointments used to.
Mikey just tells the missus to turn on the camera, hits the gas pedal, and goes through Duke's.
Is it an old bridge?
No, they didn't want the trucks breaking it.
The GW in Old Bridge? Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's an older bridge, but yeah, even back in the day, trucks and shit, they didn't want trucks tearing it up. There's several well-known bridges. You can't get a truck within 2 or 3 miles of it without getting in deep shit.
A lot of people go around it now. They'll go 84, and so 84 will loop down, and then just meet 95 back down again, and then they just take 95. Just so they don't have to pay the fucking toll on the GW.
And by the way, Ohio, Redneck said it was a split one of those bullets that are.
What's that? It was what?
One of those bullets that are split.
Split.
With a 25.
Yeah.
Kind of like the RIPs or the radically invasive projectile or whatever.
Right.
RIP.
Which way is it gonna go? I don't know.
Okay, this is just for cars. Forget trucks. $16 to go over the George Washington. One way.
Damn.
One way. It's $16.
Guarantee you my cheap ass is going to walk across that motherfucker and take a picnic in the damn middle of it if that's the case.
It doesn't say anything about the trucks though.
I will never forget. We were going across the bridge. I think going into Wheeling, West Virginia. I'm not sure if it was Wheeling or not, but it was one of those bridges that was like a grate, and you could see right through it.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit, that's the first time I've ever been on one of those. And we were all excited about it on the way back. We're like, we're going to go over the Great Bridge again. We were, kids,
Right.
I remember seeing like a bunch of cones and shit set up and people slamming on their brakes. One of the grates just popped up and wasn't in place. There's just a big hole in the fucking bridge.
Oh, nice.
Stump.
That's the fucking attention getter. Yeah, Mikey.
Says here weight limit is 20,000 per axle, 34,000 per tandem axle.
Oh shit. Ain't going across there nothing real heavy, are you?
No, wait, hang on. Now it says, can trucks cross George Washington Bridge? No vehicle trucks in excess of 13.6 or in excess of 10 foot wide or 69 foot long can cross the I-95 George Washington.
So you can fit it. So you can do a 53-foot trailer across there at 80,000.
Yes.
As long as you're not in a stretch truck, you can.
Right.
Oh yeah. As long as if you had like a Peterbilt with a big fucking sleeper on it, you'd be fucked, wouldn't you?
You ready?
Yeah.
How much does it cost for a semi-truck to cross the George Washington Bridge? You ready? George Washington Bridge, $95. Off-peak hours, $82.50.
At least that's not per pound. I mean.
And we wonder why fucking groceries and shit cost so much now, because who's going to eat that cost? You can't put that kind of fucking restraint on truckers and trucking companies.
That's why most of the trucks, when they're coming up from Florida, delivering produce or whatever, or coming up wherever, coming to the Northeast, you know what they do? They go around to George Washington, and they come up 84, and they go around and get 95 back again.
Yeah. I tell you what, you'd be amazed at how much of the produce across the entire country, even all the way out here on the East Coast, the bulk of our produce actually comes from out there near Mario's neck of the bushes out in California.
Oh, out in California, yeah, especially tomatoes.
Yes, that and lettuce, and there was one other one that they grow it out there, just insane volumes they grow it. I can't remember what the hell else it is now.
Do you know what we have here in Massachusetts on 95, Stump? And I never even knew that we had one here until I read the sign.
Yeah, I got potholes the size of fucking swimming pools.
Well, yeah, that too. But we have a huge alfalfa farm.
Really?
Yeah, I never would have thought. I'm like, in Massachusetts?
No shit.
Yeah, wicked huge alfalfa farm, yep.
Damn.
What's Jay Watt saying you over there?
Dish tried to get me to throw him out on the internal.
Oh.
Again?
Dish, you need to get Mike to show you the pics of the General Lee he put together in 81. Listen, fuckface. Why is he constantly picking on me, Stevie? I thought I was good to him tonight too, Steve.
It might have something to do with you calling him fuckface. I don't know.
I say that as a term of endearment.
Well, he
Term of
does the
endearment.
same thing back to you.
You know,
But when are you going to show us your model of the General Lee?
but I only call him fuckface when he's picking on me. When he's not picking on me, I call him
AP
jaywalker.
NASCARs, what's up, bro?
AP NASCAR.
Brother Paul, welcome to the confusion.
AP
I
NASCAR,
was saying
what's
hi
going on?
as a silent watcher. Just
Right.
saying.
Hang on, is Ohio getting arrested? What the fuck?
No, I'm running from them fuckers.
Hey,
Fuck you,
Oh,
Ben.
what?
You ain't gonna ever give to me.
hey,
Epic live on my
stuff
chat.
better him than us.
Well, if you running, my first bit of advice is get rid of all them damn lights.
Stevie, I'll be right back.
Evasive maneuvers, evasive maneuvers.
Zigzag, serpentine.
Yeah. Hey, no shit, I had to do that once. I had a kid with a 12 gauge shotgun leveled on my back. And I had to make it from his house all the way out to the road to the nearest tree. And I made so many S curves, I lost count. I was waiting for the click, and then I was going to hit the ground was the plan. I don't know if I could have ducked that or not.
You ain't say, Steve, you ain't saying you ran 3 miles to go 20 feet, are you?
Those feet were moving pretty good. Man, that was scary. Fuck. But sometimes you get what you ask for, so you just got to suck it up and deal with it.
I'll tell you what's scary is when you're sitting up against a tree and you're nice and quiet. The sun's about to go down. And you're like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the camp. And you hear, and then the fucking tree above you's like shatters or whatever. So I'm like, yo, I'm over here.
Damn.
Or you can hear them. You can hear the bullets whistling through the leaves.
Oh.
I've had them zing right past my ear before. They say as long as you can hear them, though, you're safe. It's the one you don't hear is the one.
Yeah, it's the one you don't hear.
Yeah, well, see, I don't want to be the motherfucker to test that theory out, you know?
I bet
Like
you.
Forrest Gump. Ow, something bit me.
Yeah,
Right?
something jumped up and bit me. Me and my buddy out in that cornfield that day, I bet you we heard probably at least 7 shots from a 7mm mag zing past our heads.
Damn.
It's like, what the fuck was that? Oh. Zip. It's like, holy shit.
Well, if you ever been to like Camp Perry or any of those places like that, and they have like, or if you I guess the military guys, anybody been military that's ever had to like switch out targets and stuff, like you're down in that like
Pit.
Trench, and
Yeah.
you sit there until then you put the target up and they shoot at it. Listen to that shit coming over your head's pretty creepy too.
Right.
Yeah. The closest I've ever been to a close call or something like that. A friend of mine's dad's a field welder. That's what we call him down here. He's got his own welding truck, goes wherever you need him, take care of shit. Well, he was as he tells the story, he was doing something to a fella's combine. I don't know what the hell he was welding on it, but said he, welder was running. He was down there, just running the bead, doing his own thing. Said he got done, went over it with his wire brush, and hit it with a damn rattle can worth of primer so it didn't rust up. He said he noticed there was a damn hole, this perfect little round hole, a little bit bigger than a pencil, about 3 inches away from where in the fuck he'd been welding, and it wasn't there when he started welding.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I've had heard a load of buckshot. 2 loads of buckshot zing over my head before. And that sounded like a little herd of bees. It's like, what the fuck?
I think the scariest thing you could run across, you're on a motorcycle running down the road and a van comes up beside you and just kind of hangs out for a while.
Yeah.
That's one of those it'll make you nervous. Either you'll pass that son of a bitch or you'll drop in behind him, force him over to the other lane, something.
Right.
That
Now you know how a fly feels when he sees that fly swatter coming.
fuck yeah.
You know what? The last thing goes through a bug's mind when it hits the windshield?
His ass. Yeah, I would think driving beside a van, there would be some air shifting kind of weird too.
It is. But
Get that little whoop, 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 whoop.
Yep. Most of them they kind of push you away and then it sucks you in a little bit. But if you're running down the road and you come up on a tractor trailer, especially these ones with the air skirts under the trailers and all now.
Yeah. Oh, I hate them fucking air skirts.
Yeah, about 15, 20 feet behind that truck, you will automatically, instantly pick up about another fucking 8-9 mile an hour you're not expecting to. Because when you get into that little bubble behind him and, drag kicks in or drifting, whatever the fuck you call it, it'll suck you right up in the ass end of that trailer if you ain't careful.
Right.
Dude, my little tiny car, if I'm in the, if they're in the right-hand lane, I'm in the middle lane, I have to get in the fast lane. I have to get over to the left-hand lane to pass them, or it blows me all over the fucking place when I'm trying to go past them.
That's why I watch NASCAR, where I learned to drive. I use that. I'll come up on a truck, and when I feel that draft start sucking me in, I'll pull right around and slingshot me right past them.
Yep.
It's like 22. I'm going to go ahead and jump off since I'm at home.
And by the way, Ohio, J. Watt says the pit at a gun range is called the butts.
The butts?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
And you're right, J. Watt. It didn't take me but 5 seconds to learn what that sound was.
Yep. And Ohio, give our best to Miss Wolverine there, would you?
Please.
If she's still awake, I will.
Right on.
Well,
if she's not, you'll probably hear her.
if she's sleeping, still give her a tap for me because just tell her stalker sent you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night.
Peace, bro.
Later, dude.
Right, the ricochet one. I remember hearing that shooting squirrels with my 22. Wow.
Right.
Like, damn. Me and Susie were talking about getting one of those drop-off little houses or the nice-looking sheds that look like a house, with the little porch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And instead of buying a camper when we move up north to work on the house, then when we move into the house, we could just keep it as a guest house.
Oh,
right on.
So Dish can do her naked saunas and stuff and not get
right. There you go.
And Ohio.
In Ohio.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to install a pole inside of this little building as well.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah, I'll check and see if they got that option.
Yeah.
A little extra bracing in the ceiling.
What you trying to say? Why do we need extra bracing?
Because I don't want to be on one of them YouTube fail videos where the portable pole fucking comes off the ceiling and catapults the person across the thing. Right on, redneck. Hush, you don't say that stuff out loud.
And the fact that you're thinking about being on the pole, I'm now somewhat concerned.
I agree with you, Jay Watt.
I said I didn't want to be on you. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Since I get rid of
You got me.
And restrict us.
It happens.
Too. They put the restrictor plates on NASCAR that blew it too. So
yeah.
I don't know. They're going just as fast now with the restrictor plates as they did back in the day without them. So they overcome all that shit with the computer chips and the timing and all that shit.
Yeah, all that computer shit and tuning them, it's really great, but I'm just one of those guys. I don't care what you say, you will never beat. There's no math that tells you how to do it. It's just something that's learned from decades of practicing it. And that's the guys that can actually, airflow and port your heads and shit so everything matches up perfect, and they cut just the right groove and just the right spot. They get the air to swirl a certain way.
Right on
Those
the
guys
edge
are
of,
fucking masters, man.
right on the edge of uh-oh and yeehaw.
Damn right.
My kid used to play football in Pop Warner, and I used to hang with one of these dads, one of his friends' dads, and he was a Earnhardt Senior, fucking like, everything he had was Earnhardt. You know what I mean? He had the plate, he had everything, right? He even had a neck tattoo with 3 on it.
Hell yeah.
So I said to him one day, I go, I'm going straight to hell anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I said to him one day, I said, hey, that 3 in your neck, does that stand for the number of times he hit the wall when he died? Oh my fucking
Oh,
God.
no.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. He almost punched me square in the face. He goes, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, well, because if you see the replay of that accident, I goes, I mean, really, it's not like he gets, it's not like he barrel rolls the fucking thing 42 times,
Right.
I go, I've seen more guys at the wall fucking harder than that and fucking to get out, throw their fucking helmet. What's his name? They used to drive the 20 car for Home Depot. What was the prick's name? I forget his name. But he'd get out and throw his helmet at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Mike, I goes, he hit the wall more times, and I goes, because fucking little queer boy there, Jeff, my buddy there, fucking 24 car, Jeff Gordon, he'd fucking throw him up in the fucking wall or whatever, I said, so just tell me, is that the number of times that he hit the wall? And he just looked right at me. He goes, you got about 10 seconds to walk the fuck away.
Mike, as often as you hear that phrase, that should be your tattoo. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right.
Seems like you hear that phrase quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, Jay. What they found ways around the restrictor plates. I used to watch it a lot.
When it first hit, it sucked. It slowed the whole game down when they first did it. But
oh fuck yeah!
After a while,
I do miss the old timers. I'm sorry. It's just the way I am. I do miss number 3 car. He great watching him race. What's his? I never remember his name. What's the Todd that goes boogity 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 boogity? Fucking. What is his name?
Is that a Petty or no?
Is it Kyle Petty? No, Kyle Petty was the sunglasses and the fucking cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Him and old
was
man
that Richard Petty?
It was Richard too.
Anywho, those guys there. I mean, not that I didn't like watching Junior. Not that I didn't like watching. I liked watching Gordon and Junior and the fat little meatball that ran the fucking 20 car for Home Depot. I can never remember his name either. But those guys, they would like throw shit at each other. Yeah, like remember like there'd be like a fight on the fucking track. I'm like,
NASCAR shows up, Darrell Waltrip.
Oh, it's Darrell Waltrip,
man.
all right.
Yep.
And then who had Rusty Wallace at the number 2 car, right?
Yeah, he's part of the old school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I loved it when those guys were racing. I really did.
Back when like Neil Bonnet and them boys were still around.
Not to take it away from anybody that's driving now, but even like I said with Gordon, why can't I remember that guy? Tony Stewart. Thank you, PNASCARs. Tony Stewart, right? How many people hated Tony Stewart? I mean, everybody hated Tony Stewart. You know what I mean?
Well, it was easy to hate that motherfucker.
But
he did rile some feathers.
But now
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know even know why I can't. I'm just not into it no more, and it's sad because I loved watching it.
Speaking of Quagmire, giggity giggity goo.
Right.
Yeah, terrible. Oh, so much fun. And then what are the brothers that left racing and they well they didn't leave. Well, they're gone now, but they also own a bobsled team.
What team?
A bobsled.
Really?
Yes, I think their last names begin with a B. Of course, I'm probably wrong, but
Where in the hell you gonna put a damn? Was it 392, 396? They let them run. Where in the hell you gonna mount that sumbitch on a bobsled?
Bonita,
Bodine.
Bodine, the Bodine brothers.
Jeff
Thank you.
Bodine and
See, I knew it began with a B.
didn't they used to fight with each other?
Davey Allison fan.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's going back.
No, but those guys, I love watching those guys race. I really did. Oh, who's the other one? What's his name? Drove the UPS car. Oh,
Yeah, back when it was Winston Cup.
yeah,
Right.
Winston Cup.
Until cigarette, smokes were bad.
What's his name? What is his big
So
fucking
stupid.
Daryl? Was it Daryl?
I already said Darrell Waltrip.
No, it wasn't Walter that drove UPS. It was
All right. Well, Mikey's thinking about it. Y'all all be good, have fun, that sort of shit. I'm gone.
Right. Have a good one, Stump. Thanks for
Have a good
coming
night,
in,
kid.
brother.
Right on.
where'd I go? Oh, there I am. Jeff Jarrett. Thank you, Gerald B. Jeff Jarrett
Wow.
drove the UPS car.
Wasn't there a Jeb?
I don't know. But they were just, I don't know. That's when I thought racing was cool.
Bodine.
That's when I thought racing was cool. What was that, the 90s, 80s,
Yeah.
early 2000s? Because Gordon just retired, what, 10 years ago?
I can't tell you the last time I watched. I think I watched the Daytona 500, but it was a replay on YouTube or something. Wasn't live.
I like the Daytona, get them 4 wide and shit.
And then I went to the NASCAR, website.
Yep.
I was watching a race one day, and it's like, what the fuck? It was all animated.
Really?
They showed the cars going around the track, and it looked almost real, but not quite. And then they would split screen and show the guy sitting in front of a computer screen, fucking driving. It's
Isn't
like, what the hell?
Hey, PNASCAR's Gerald B. Fucking anybody else that used to watch it or still does? Yeah, Dale Jarrett drove it back to UPS car back in the day. Yes. Question: is the Brickyard the only race they go clockwise in? Isn't there one race they go clockwise? Mikey still uses Tide because Darrell Waltrip was sponsored by them. Wasn't the Brickyard clockwise? But not counterclockwise?
No, it was the same.
Is the Brickyard? Is it? I thought there was one race, one track that they went clockwise on.
Well, there's one that's kind of like, is that Talladega? Where it's like a street? No, PNASCAR says no, and he's the expert.
All right, my bad.
Now, maybe in Europe, some
I
of
like
the
it 'cause-
Grand Prix, in township races,
I used-
and stuff like that go backwards.
Well, early in the 2000s, I used to trade my boss, like I give him a shitty Patriots game, and I trade him Patriots tickets for fucking NASCAR tickets.
Nice. Never been to a NASCAR race.
Yeah. Well, I got Loudon right up here. Loudon's like fucking an hour and 15 minutes from my house.
Shit, I got Michigan. It's a day trip from me.
Oh. Ricky Craven, another good guy. Yep.
I still like it. I just don't know anybody. It's like watching baseball. I still like watching baseball, but I don't know anybody.
Yeah, you don't know who's who. And
like, which one's Al Kaline?
Do you know what I like about baseball? You know what I like baseball? I'm going to be honest with you. I've gone to Fenway's. Fenway's if you're baseball nostalgic, right? The road course races. I hate the road course races.
I'll tell you what. You go to one time and it will change your fucking mind.
So if you go to like Wrigley,
holy.
If you went to like Wrigley or Fenway or the old Yankee Stadium, these stadiums have been around since 1900.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgia there, right? But here's the thing. I would much, and I've been to Fenway, I don't know, 1,000 times maybe. I don't know. But
Buddy Light, what's up?
I prefer. Here's how I prefer baseball: listening to it on the fucking radio.
Yeah.
Listening to it on the radio.
Yep. Reminds me, me and my dad used to sit in the basement. We used to listen to it on a radio that we got from our my great aunt. It was the old box, big, tall fucking thing from the 40s.
Right.
And you. And here we are this afternoon at Tiger Stadium.
Oh, yep.
Oh my God. Al Kaline's up the bat.
My grandfather and I would listen to it. We'd be up north, and you couldn't get the game up there. We'd have TV. You had 3 channels, and they weren't on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you were lucky to get channel 6 out of fucking Portland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, so in the summer, because I was up north from the day school ended till the day before school started, I'd be listening to it with my grandfather.
Yeah.
And till this day, I still enjoy listening to a game instead of going there. It's like watching fucking paint dry if you're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? I went to one of the Tigers games via church back when I was a kid and didn't know any better, and it seemed like the game got over like that.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Now it's a 4-hour fucking
no
affair.
Commercials. No commercials.
By the way, Jay Watt, you spelled my name wrong. That's capital L, please. And I'm not even lying. It's capital L.
I know, but you're funny.
Well, that's how I am. Oh, you should hear me. I am the fucking spell check Nazi when it comes to my name.
Yeah.
It drives my girls crazy. Daddy, they're at dance class, right? And you walk through the doors of the dance studio, and it's got their names because they did something, whatever, and it says my girls' names and obviously and their last name, and it's got a small L. And I walk in, and one of the owners, she was a couple years behind me in high school, but in another town. But we all knew each other. We all had the same friends or whatever. And I said to her, I go, "Hey, we got a problem." She says, "What?" I go, "You need a black marker or a Sharpie." She says, "Why?" I says, "Because if that fucking L on my last name up on that wall doesn't change to a capital real quick, I'm going to be really pissed off."
Jay Watt. Now, on the...
Small D, you're a fucking douche.
In Ireland or Scotland, where they have like McLeod,
yep.
MC and then...
MC, capital C-L-O, yep.
Only people of stature got the capital on the second part of the name. Commoners, really? It was small. Now, does that work? I'm assuming DeLucia is an Italian name.
It is.
I wonder if
I don't know. I just know that that's how D small e, capital D small e, capital L. But and even now there's a family. They used to think we were brother and sister.
You should look it up, Mike. You might be from some fucking olive fucking
Yeah.
I forgot the word. I had it a second ago, but I forgot.
There's this girl,
Olive Dynasty or something.
There's this girl that I went to school with, and we were in the same class. We had a couple of classes together. Her last name is DeLuca. D-E-L-U-C-A.
She lived on the second floor.
They all thought her and I were fucking brother and sister. And I go, I said, say my last name. They go, DeLucia. I said, okay, say her last name. DeLuca. It's not the same. But she had the capital L too, because she said to me, she said, Michael, you have the capital. I'm like, yep.
I think you just spelled like that from back when you was on the rap label.
No.
D. Lucia.
No.
Start calling you Mikey. D.
But I used to have a job. I had a job and they used to call me Doc because of my initials. And I'm like, just don't call me Doc because of that fucking crazy guy on fucking
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Doc.
I would tell him his channel name misspelled, but I don't want to give him too hard of a time. No, it's not.
He's looking right now.
I don't give a fuck what he's looking at. He's wrong. But he's a funny fuck. He can stay. He's all right. Jay Watt's cool.
Just tried to throw him out earlier, but
did I miss it? Really? Were you getting fresh with Dish there, Jay Watt? She wanted to throw you out? Dish is one of those wine and dine. I told you this, Jay Watt. You gotta wine and dine her. Like when I had to fly out there to her, I had to wine and dine her.
Life is just a fantasy. Fantasy life. Wow.
Fucking $2 on fucking dinner, Jay Watt. It's a lot of money.
I don't know. I got her a nice dish of that mac and cheese with a fucking bacon in it. She about melted in my arms.
Oh, she likes it.
That shit was so fucking good.
She drank nothing but the top shelf shit.
Oh, it was. If there was a top shelf for mac and cheese, that one would have been on it.
You know?
Yes, it would have been.
She had to have caviar.
Caviar.
Whatever you want. Order up, kid.
It's actually pretty good. I've had it a couple of times.
Have you?
You know,
I've eaten
$1 million
fucking
stuff, but it was,
Right.
it was, yeah, in small amounts. I wasn't going to put no whole teaspoon in my mouth, but
Right.
put a little bit on a bagel, you know, with some cream. It was good.
I ate the roe out of a fucking out of a lobster one time.
Right.
Did you?
It's not that good. I don't like it.
Wait a minute. It's illegal to keep female lobsters. So you did not eat the roe.
What the hell was I eating then?
It was
We
a
don't
male
know.
lobster, Mike.
It was red though.
Uh-huh.
Everybody else, they all eat that either the red or the green shit.
The
That's what they
tamale.
do. Huh? The
The
tamale.
tamale, yeah.
A lot of people do the tamale, and they like it.
That's what they eat out of urchins.
So that's what they always call her,
Yeah.
top shelf. When she walks, I'm telling you, that's what she is, top shelf. Nothing but, dude. You should have seen the fucking drink she was making. Oh my god. Yep. And then I had to fly all the way back here. That's a fucking expensive day for me.
Right.
And my wife didn't even mind, really. She was all right with it.
Jezzo says the green stuff is the liver.
Yeah. Yeah, it is and it isn't. It some parts of it.
And crawfish, we just call it fat.
Right.
Yummy.
People laugh at me because I'll take the lobster tail and I'll take the fucking, what do you call it, right out of it, the little poop scoop.
Mud vein.
Yeah, I take it right out. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just leave it because it's boiled, it's cooked. They all think it's not going to bother you.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's just-
but it fucks up.
I look at it, and I go like, I see you, but I don't want to see you.
Exactly.
I take my knife and I go, and then I go.
It affects the flavor.
I think so too.
You'll get that muddy.
Well, it all depends if you're boiling them or steaming them, right? And don't laugh because it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you boil them, you won't. You're not gonna taste it. Because there's been times I forgot to do it and it tastes the same.
I'm not going to taste. I take it out of shrimp too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't want to eat the poop shoot. Sorry, I'm not into
No, I hear you.
tripe or whatever they call it. No.
Yeah, no, you're right, Jay Watt. It wasn't that fucking shit that came out of a fucking, what do you call it, jar? Mason jar.
Right? Yeah, that mason jar stuff.
Down there in Arkansas. behind that lake in the cabin behind the lake on this big cabin on the lake.
Haven't had it in a big block of
Him and his
magnesium.
fucking
Yeah.
him and his fucking magnesium rods. And then of course there is the
Dryer lamp.
the video that Tish won't share with people.
Mike, you're probably glad she didn't.
Yeah.
Some things you just can't unsee.
You
You know,
tripe is good. I eat tripe.
she's gagged at mayonnaise ever since that video. I've been keeping track.
My wife makes tripe and she puts it like with a tomato sauce and stuff, and we'll leave it over like linguine or something. It's fucking
Tripe
delicious.
is the stomach, right?
Yeah.
Stomach lining.
Yes.
Yeah. The other, any further back than that, no.
Boil the piss out of it, and then she does something to it, and then she adds, she puts it in the sauce.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You've eaten it,
Mhm.
so you probably looked it up and blah blah blah. Is there on those dishes like tripe and chitlins and all that? Is there any nutritional value whatsoever in that, or is it just flavor?
I think it's just flavor. I think it's just, to be totally honest with you, I think that it's kind of like, I hate to bring up an old name here, Dish. Sorry.
It's kind of like a mushroom.
Johnny was explaining to me one time that brisket used to be
Throwaway.
And then the
Slave
poor
food.
people, poor people would say, "But that's food. Why are you throwing it away?" And then they would that the poor actually brought brisket to what it is today, because they're the ones that barbecued it. They're the ones that fucking did
Same
everything
with ribs.
Same, exactly.
All of that.
Okay. I think that tripe and the other one are the same. Although obviously meat has a nutritional value, but I think tripe is the same, except I just think the poor ate it and kind of figured if we cook it a certain way,
Make
it's
it
not
edible
as.
and fill the stomach and stop kids from crying.
But as far as like vitamins or anything like that, or protein, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how you would find that out.
Maybe some protein. Well, you'd probably Google it. What's the nutritional value of tripe? It's got to be some protein. But as far as get up and go stuff,
well, they make Rocky Mountain oysters, right?
Yeah, but that at least makes babies.
They
got to be something in there.
When I was a kid, I haven't seen it. I think Hannaford has it. The big chain up here, Market Basket. I haven't. Well, it used to be Demoulas, but when I was a kid, same family. They just changed the name for tax purposes. They used to sell cow tongue.
Cow tongue, I heard, is awesome when it's cooked correctly.
My brother said to me one day, the next day we shoot, I'm taking the tongue out. We're going to eat it. I said, all right, I don't give a fuck.
Try it.
I says, because him and I have both had cow tongue, or beef tongue, if you will.
Right.
All right. But I have beef liver, chicken liver. I mean, it's.
Yeah, but that all's got some substance to it. Beef tongue, you peel the skin off, and it's meat. It's a muscle. So, right, J. Watt. They said if you're stranded and starving to death, the first thing you eat is the eyeballs. It's like a big shot of oomph, good stuff.
Yep, and fish. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to. I'm sure it goes down like an egg,
except for the
or a cherry stone.
I've dissected an eyeball before. They got a hard fucking lens in there.
Yeah, crunch.
Oh, there you go. MCK says tripe has good protein and carbs.
There you go.
So there you go.
Throw in some veggies and some bread.
I did hear though, Jay Watt's right. I did hear about the nutritional value of eyes, and they always say if you want the most nutrition out of an animal, to boil it. Why? I don't know.
But they say raw is the best. But the survival guys I've seen said cook it as less as possible.
Right.
Well, there's a couple reasons for that. If you're in like Alaska or Montana or the Dakota, you don't want to fucking stink up the forest with food because then you get all the bears coming at you.
Yeah, right on PNASCARs. I've seen a lot of tacos and stuff made with tongue.
Yeah. The other thing, if you guys have ever, anybody that's, I know Steve, well, I'm sitting here with 2 hunters and 1 trapper. Have you ever tried cheek meat out of a cow, out of a deer, out of a moose?
I've eaten it out of beaver before.
Okay.
It was meat. It tasted like beaver.
Pretty good though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for beaver cheek meat is tougher than your average cheek meat because
right, they're always
it's fucking like rrr.
But
you look
I'll
at
tell
beaver,
you what,
it looks like one of them weightlifters on steroids, you know.
Well, same thing with the deer though, right? I've had it out of deer and it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, tripe. Oh my god, I mean, I tripe so long. My wife's like, we're not gonna tell the fucking kids what they're eating.
Right on.
I go, sweetheart, I fed my fucking girls fucking and my son's fucking squirrel. You think I give a rat's fuck what you put on my kitchen table?
Right on, MCK. That is big right now. Bone broth. My daughter, the chef,
I get nervous about that though.
My daughter, the chef, got into splitting the bones and roasting it and eating the marrow.
Oh, yeah.
See, I won't do that.
A die for.
I won't do it because you don't. See, I have a problem with doing that because you won't eat the poop scoop, but I'm not eating the marrow because it's just as bad. It could be just as bad.
Could be. Well, with doesn't mad cow, isn't that in the like spine and the marrow and all that stuff?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I had teeth when I was a kid, I used to chew on the fucking. I'd take a fucking chicken leg, and I would fucking bite on that knuckle all night long.
Yeah.
And then, oh, dude, my mother would be like, "Spit it out, spit." And I'm like, I'd bite on that, but if not, sometimes I would actually bite the chicken bone itself if it was soft enough.
Yeah.
You know.
My daughter Katie grew up. You had to literally yank a chicken leg bone out of her hands, or she'd chew on that thing all day, man. Nom, nom, nom.
Oh god, I love eating the knuckles off the fucking chicken legs. Love it. Love it. Yeah, but I've heard some things about the bone broth. I don't know. But again, I eat a squirrel, but I'm afraid to eat bone broth. It makes no sense. I get it.
It's the whole commercial raised cows. Now, I would eat the marrow out of the cow I'm going to raise.
Yes.
Because I know what's going into that.
Exactly. I'm with you on that. Yeah. But I'm not doing it like a
be
wild.
Pretty much as I can grass fed. So.
Yeah, no, that's.
I won't be buying cow chow.
But like, I wouldn't. I'm not. There's no way that. I mean, I would have to fish or I would have to set snares or something. But I've seen guys do it on YouTube. I am not eating a raccoon. I don't care if it's just a backstrap or not. And I am not eating a fucking. I call them possum, not opossum. Sorry, it's just the way I am.
Right.
I'm not eating a fucking possum either. It's not going to happen. Even if it's a survival situation, it's not happening. I'd rather kill them, take their body parts, use them for fishing bait, use them for bait, near a snare, whatever. But I'm not eating the fuckers.
I'll eat a country raised raccoon, but I ain't gonna eat no city raccoon.
Not happening.
But one thing I've noticed, if I go over to Dish's house and she had caught and cooked a raccoon, I'm more able to eat it than if I skinned and cooked the raccoon.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, after the animal's skinned, it creeps me out. But if Dish did it and served it, got it out of the oven, I'd mouth watering ready to go. Well, the mouth watering is from Dish, but I would dig right into it and try it out.
No, I know it is, Jay Watt. I'm not
It's
saying I'm
weird.
some Jay Watt. I'm not saying I'm some, I'm not Stevie. I'm not a, seasoned trapper. I'm not, but I do know how to make a snare. I do know the basics of funneling and all that. But I'm not saying it's fucking easy. But I'm
Right,
just
Jay Watt.
saying it makes it easier if you have a scent. So if I have a piece of the fucking possum or a piece of the fucking, I'm gonna get at least something else that I can,
Right.
And they're not, what do you call it? Raccoon's not gonna eat raccoon. It's not gonna eat a dead possum.
Oh yeah, they will.
Uh,
They'll eat anything.
I've seen. They didn't catch that, but they caught what do you call it out of the deal. But what's his name there? He used to be on the TV show Dave Canterbury. At his survival school, they shot a coyote, and for survival purposes only, he ate the backstrap out of a coyote.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the fucking cojones on in between his fucking pee-pee.
Yeah.
Because not happening.
I'd be more apt. I would feel better eating a fox or a coyote than I would a raccoon, possum. I
Maybe a fox I could do. I don't know.
But they all eat carrion.
How about veal marrow? Like ossobuco, Mike. I'd never heard of that, to be honest with you.
It all depends on the veal. If it's milk fed off a bunch of farm raised cows that have been fed a bunch of antibiotics and whatevers, then the veal is not as bad, but it was raised by a screwed up mother. So it's, it's kind of like a crack baby.
Buddy Light says muskrat is the thing around here. I never had a muskrat. I never ate a muskrat before.
I'd have to have somebody else cook it because a skinned muskrat, oh my God, it's creepy.
You need something like a lure. I've used Harbauker's raccoon lure. It attracts more rhinos than just raccoon. Right.
Harbauker's is good stuff.
Right. The same, Jay Watt, I'm assuming it's the same if you're a beaver trapper, right? Don't you use the lure of, what's that, Stevie? What is it? For beaver? Castor. Right?
Castor works for everything.
If you're in the pond and you put the castor on the tip of the fresh whatever that you just had, right? If you're do you ever do a pole set?
Yes.
So when you do, sometimes you do a pole set, some guys will use like a fresh piece of whatever the fuck they're eating, the beaver, and they'll put the lure on that.
I've never used castor underwater. I've only used castor.
No, above the water. It's above the water.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I was watching this new kid. He's trapping beaver, and he's using a like an old bear trap. It looks like an old bear trap, anyways, for beaver underwater.
Right on.
I thought most of those guys used corner bears underwater.
They do. The foot traps underwater is old school. As a matter of fact, that's funny. I just watched a video that was filmed back in the 60s of beaver trapping today. It was actually a silent movie. There was no talking in it.
Really?
And the guy was using foot traps on a leaning pole set through the ice. He'd put the bait on the ice and lure the beaver, and the beaver would stand on the pole to get up out of the ice and then get snapped. It's
when I go beaver hunting, I use a different type of lure. Oh, what do you use? Budweiser? Molson? Oh, no, you're Canadian. You use Molson. Or Labatt's. There's a blast from the past, huh? Labatt's?
Mikey knows his shit. Done.
Buddy Lights.
Done.
Buddy Lights said there muskrat skinning contest around where he is.
Right on.
Yep. And what's his name? What's his name up there in the Saskatoon there? Andrew.
Yeah.
He gets to fucking shoot the fucking beaver with a fucking gun.
Yeah, I wish he could.
He doesn't even have to trap.
Here's something weird, psychological. I have issues after I skin a muskrat about putting it in a pot and eating it.
Yep.
But I'll skin out a beaver in a heartbeat and throw it in the oven and have no issues. Why?
Mikey, try aqua or aqua. Did I pronounce that right?
Aqua.
I thought aqua was AQU. Anyways, that says ACQ. DGO. What is that?
He's got a bunch of hyphens and shit, so it looks French.
Help me out, Dish.
I'll look it up.
Or should he not?
Dish. Don't know
Yes.
if I said it.
Right, Jay Watt.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what the kid's channel name is. I forget, but yeah, he's using a foothold.
It says it's a sensual men's fragrance collection with citrus notes.
Thanks, asshole. Oh, is that my lure for the girls, Jay Watt? Is that my LURE lure?
For the other kind
to get
of beaver. Now see, Mike accentuates the R in beaver.
Well, I have to say my R's because you people make fun of me.
But he can't fit that one in that big long word CAR.
If you guys, what do you guys think? Is it easier to trap a beaver or to shoot a beaver? Because my deal is that they're mainly, aren't they mainly, I mean, you can see them on the water and in there, but aren't they mainly under the water doing their shit?
No, they swim on top all the time, but you got a pretty small damn target.
Right.
I'd say easier to trap them.
That's what I would have thought too, right?
And you got other stuff. Sometimes you wound a beaver, it'll go up down under and it'll never come back up.
Well, like Andrew says, if you don't get it right away,
it'll sink.
You ain't getting it. I remember I was watching one of his videos one day and he said he shot this gigantic fucking beaver. Couldn't get it. He used his fishing rod and everything to try to, couldn't get it.
Right.
I got to go back north. I haven't had beaver in a while.
You better be careful or somebody might not let you go north. You keep that. Nah, Dish is an aqua velva girl.
Aqua velva. Jesus Christ. I wish there was. I wish I was the artist of that fucking bottle though that they came in. Remember the fucking artwork on that bottle?
What my dad used to use on his hair?
Bro cream.
No. Older.
Oh, wild root.
Vitalis.
Okay.
Aqua velva and Vitalis.
Yeah.
And you still as bald as I am. Put that shit on every day.
My stepfather used to use wild root. And I just fucking stopped laughing my balls off. He had the fucking chowder head had the fucking pork chop fucking sideburns going the whole fucking nine. And I go, you do realize it's, 2000, right? But no, I haven't to get back to what I was saying about going north for beaver. A good friend of ours has some beaver, and he offered me some, so I have to go up.
Oh, it's good. I found out today though. I watched. What the fuck is it? That young guy I told you guys to go check up. He's a young trapper with a wife and a couple of kids already. Interior Alaska trapping or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He I don't remember you telling me to go see him.
Yeah, he skinned and cut up a beaver, and I found out there's a couple of glands in their armpits, you got to get out because it will screw up the flavor a little bit.
Yes. Who said that?
Same with raccoon.
Who's the old guy that knows Norm? You know the older guy?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's been a while since I've seen
his
him.
grandchildren will come up during the off season in the summer and stuff.
Trapping World.
Dave. He said that one time about those glands.
Okay.
It's almost like a gland like on a deer almost. Right?
Right.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm trying to think of an animal other than those ones I've already mentioned. I pretty much eat anything else.
The castor glands are way up in price.
Are they really?
Yeah.
$3.50?
Prepper said $3.50 a pound probably.
Really?
And it takes probably to get a pound of dried, you got to dry them.
Yep.
Semi-dry them. To get a pound, it'd probably take 6 or 7 mature beaver, maybe a little more. So that might actually be worth trapping a few next year.
Mature being 20 pounds or more?
Yeah. 30, probably 40 and up. If you catch them close to spring but still under the ice, their casters are at their fullest because they can't go on land and do their squirt thing.
Right.
So they're like, I mean, you start skinning the beaver and the shit squirting all over the place. It's like,
you're like, hey, I need that.
Yeah, right. So between a couple of bucks for the pelt.
I'm sure it's more than a couple of bucks for the pelt nowadays. Right?
No, they're down way low.
Beaver's way down?
Yeah.
Because remember I told you one of my
caster you make up for it.
Remember I told you remember years ago I told you I wanted my my beaver mitts?
Yep.
I found them on what do you call it? Like $600.
Yikes.
Yep.
Right on, redneck. Definitely a headshot. Vanessa Kitty, how you doing?
Hey, Vanessa. What's going on? Hope things are well.
She's not sleeping.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, good for us. Might be pissing her off.
But I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to remember where I was. I walked in and there was a beaver pelt on the wall. I thought most people used to put them on their chairs or their couches or what have you, you know. But this guy, it was a restaurant, and he had it on the wall. You know, it was just a circle. You know how they do it in the circle, Steve? It's just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how they had it. And I'll tell you what, though. That was a gigantic circle.
Damn.
Beaver mitts, never heard called that before. Jay Watt, the only reason why I called it a beaver mitt was what's his name there? Who's the old timer dish up in New Hampshire? JC.
I think they call
Swamp.
it. I think they call it fisting now.
Swamp something. The old guy does homesteading and stuff up there. He's got the dog.
I got an owie on my finger dish.
Anyway,
I
kiss it.
Anyway,
he over a 1/4 inch deep. I stuck a piece of cable in my finger today.
Yeah.
He said years ago he caught 2 or 3 beaver in a day or whatever. You know, trapping obviously. And he said he took 2 of them and made mitts out of them. And he said he's never put his hand in a warmer fucking thing than a.
The other guy that hung with Norm, with the big mustache, the skinnier guy, he makes beaver mitts and stuff.
Really?
Um,
Skinny guy with the mustache.
Yeah, he was on Trapper's Chat. The guy with he's blind in one eye, gray hair, mitts, thinner. God dang it! I just watched one of his videos. Always taking his grandson trapping with him and stuff.
Oh, I'm trying to remember now.
He lives in the Algonquin Park area up in Canada. I can remember all that, but I can't remember the guy's name. Ain't that a bitch? That's going to drive me nuts now. Let me look at my subs. I'm subbed to him.
I can't remember him, Stevie.
He used to sit in his kitchen on Norm's chat.
Is it the one? Okay. On Norm's chat, are you talking about the one that Jen used to be on too?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the old timer I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
That said about the caster. Not the excuse me, sorry. Not the caster, the gland in the meat.
Gotcha.
Remember you said you have to take the gland out? And I'm like, that's the old timer. I didn't know he did mitts though.
Yeah. He's been making a bunch of stuff.
I never knew that. I thought he sold all his to the fur people.
No, the market fell out, so he started doing other stuff. So he could keep track.
Boss of the Swamp dish.
Okay.
He's the one that made the mitts, and he said he's never put. I asked him, and he said, "I'm going to tell you something." He said, "On the super cold days, he said he'll wear a pair of, like the knitted gloves you see the guys in the meat room wear at your local supermarket." He says he'll wear a pair like that over the, and then put the mitts over that. He goes, but I'm talking super cold. I'm talking minus 25, minus 30.
Well, they use them when they're riding snowmobiles.
Yep.
When they're going, and then they take them off and use their regular gloves to do the trapping stuff.
But he was using. Boss of the Swamp was doing it just around the homestead. Like he'll walk down the road to get the mail or something. But walking down the road for him is walking like a mile. I haven't seen a video from him in a while. He got sick,
Yeah.
Dish.
Did he?
Yeah, he got sick.
I didn't know that.
But he's building a new he's probably already built it by now. But the last I knew he was building a new cabin.
Okay.
What the fuck was that guy's name?
Kirk,
thank you.
You're welcome. I knew I could remember it. I knew I'd remember it.
I think County Line said Kirk Steve.
Figures.
No, I just did. Didn't you hear me just say it? What are you, deaf?
No. I mean, a little while ago he said it. I'm sorry.
No, I said it first. Fucking County Line doesn't know what he's talking about. Fuzzfork, what's going on, kid? Mikey, better contact him now if you want to get some for the next season.
Fuzzfork, nice to see you.
Right on, J Watt. J Watt, you know what I want him for? Guess what I want him for, J Watt?
Thank you, County Line.
Fucking ice fishing.
You the man. And it's funny, right when you said County Line, going through my subs, I was right at County Line logging. That was weird.
But the thing is, though, I got to find out how much they are too, because and he's up in Canada for him to ship it to me, and
that's okay, Susie. I'll teach you.
You know what I'm saying?
Just saying.
If it's going to cost me $400, I'll just call the local beaver trapper here and ask him to fucking give me 2 fucking hides.
Right.
And I'll have somebody do it.
Yeah, a couple of hides won't cost you shit right now.
But to make them and ship them to me might.
Oh yeah.
So it might behoove me just to go find a nuisance trapper around here somewhere. Yeah,
you don't want a hide that's trapped in the summer, either very early spring or winter.
All right.
Yeah, Susie, I'll teach you. I got all the stuff that Dish taught me. I'll teach you. So
Oh, Vanessa, that's cool. Vanessa churned butter earlier today.
Oh, that's cool.
With a churn or in a jar, or how'd you do it?
Oh, speaking of that, thank you, Vanessa, for bringing that up. Somebody said you can make your own butter,
You can.
which I know this. She also says it's only good for a day. You know what I call?
Well,
Bullshit.
They
You know
say
why?
that about mozzarella too.
You know what I call? You know why I call bullshit?
Why?
Because one of Dish and I's favorite channels, he makes his own butter, and it's up north all the time. Dish.
Okay.
Joe and Zach Survival.
Okay.
He makes. You see it in the jar? He makes his own butter.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, hand mixer she used. Cool. Yeah, you just take the cream and beat the crap out of it, and it turns into butter. Surprise!
Mikey, with you loving a cave. What?
Gee, what?
You know what else you can make? Mayonnaise.
Yeah, just take said butter and put some eggs in it and go. Easy there, Fuzz Fork.
Attaboy, Fuzz. I like when guys hit on guys' girlfriends when they're in here. I think it's great.
I want a hunk of that cake, and I ain't got nothing sweet in the house except for a jug of Nutella.
I can't stand that shit.
I didn't like it either when my daughters had it, but I tried a little bit on hot buttered toast, and it was okay.
My son
Well,
eats
it
with
wasn't my
peanut butter.
favorite, but it was okay. You know, pretty
Yeah.
good.
My son eats it with peanut butter.
Okay.
I
Take
can
the
see
milk
that
and make
working.
cheese. Yeah, if you're making mozzarella, I mean, I can see that, but I'd rather make my own butter. And I just like to slap the person that said, "Oh, it's only good for a day." Fuck you, it is.
Yeah, I watched the guy make it. He had a baby food jar, and he had fresh cream right out of the cow's teat, and separated. You know, let it settle, and then
Right.
took it off the top and put it in that baby food jar. He started shaking it while he was doing his little program, and then he passed it around to all the kids, and we all shook it 5 or 6 times and passed it. By the time it came back around, boom, he had a hunk of butter.
Cool.
It wasn't like solid, but it was butter.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
You're right. You got to put a lot of salt in it.
Right.
It'll help preserve
it. Now, if you made butter, put it on a saucer and left it out, yeah, it might last a day or two. But if you refrigerate it,
yeah. You
Cool.
keep in the fridge. What's last all month? Yeah, no, it should.
and Fuzzy says migrant casters attract more migrants. Saying.
Jay Watt, no, it's not burnt. I must have missed Jay Watt's comment. In the late 70s, Mikey would have whole arguments with a talking box of fucking parquet.
Susie, the picture you sent, the cake looks very good, but it looked much better on my table. Just saying.
If it was the 80s, Jay Watt, I might have, because in the 80s, I was fucking high more than I was fucking not. I would have believed anything back then.
Oh, wow. That looks really good.
It does. It looks like it needs like whipped cream or something, though.
I want it with coffee. I think it's getting some kind of, what'd she say it was? Cinnamon,
apple, walnut.
Yeah. So it's probably going to get some kind of frosting. I can have one piece without getting allergic with coffee.
Coffee.
If I pound the cinnamon for a few days, like cinnamon donuts or whatever with cinnamon, I'll start breaking out and shit. Damn it.
Oh, no.
I love cinnamon.
Yeah, me too. I like cinnamon.
right on. Homemade butter on toast. Yummy.
Yep, sounds good.
White toast. Or wheat.
Cracked wheat, baby, all the
But
way.
you know what? Sometime you guys are gonna laugh at me.
Mm.
Not that you never did that before, but for some reason, I have a thing for if I'm cooking hot dogs out on the grill,
Yeah.
black as the ace of spades. Toast, black as the ace of spades. Sometimes I love it, black as the ace of spades.
I like mine dark. Almost burnt, but dark.
But I do like mine with butter on it that melts and makes the fucking bread soggy. You know?
Oh, fuzz. Now you're making my mouth water.
Yep, that sounds really good. Homemade bread with butter.
Oh,
Have you ever spread peanut butter on homemade warm
God,
bread
yeah.
where it gets all melty?
Yep.
Oh, I could live on that.
Yep. My mom used to make bread all the time. Miss those days. Mikey, there was a whole series of
Vanessa.
commercials where a
She
top
barbecued her
box
hot
of
ones for
parquet
you,
would say
cremated.
with butter, and then a person would say parquet. It was back and forth of butter, parquet. No shit, you think I'm fucking 4 years old? How about it's not nice to fool Mother Nature?
Mother Nate, yep, that was on the tip of my tongue.
Butter, parquet, butter. It's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
How about I can't believe it's not butter.
But you know what's weird? I wasn't a plastic bucket butter guy. I liked it in the wax paper. I liked it in the wax paper. You still can't get the paper off of it.
Yep.
Like, what's the other one? Country Crock. Come in.
Buzz. It's more Miracle Whip because sometimes it's a miracle that I can still whip it.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah, now I'm hungry.
My favorite though is apple crisp. Not like super hot, just a little bit warm, with like 2 or 3 scoops of fucking vanilla ice cream, or maple walnut ice cream.
It's good with a little bit of milk on it too. Just a little.
I used to put milk in my fucking oatmeal.
That's the one thing I used to love at school is their apple crisp.
Oh, that's my favorite dessert. Well, it's up there. It's number 5. It's in the top 5. It's in very much so in the top 5.
That's a feature they should put on here where I could click on something in your room and do a close-up on it. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Right.
I could kill the boogie board myth. Holy crap, it's almost fucking 2 o'clock.
I know it.
Wow, it is. It's 1:41.
Let's get out of here.
Sounds good.
I got to be somewhat productive tomorrow.
You're the boss.
I still got that mower to get
Oatmeal,
running.
butter, brown sugar, and maple syrup. That sounds fucking awesome.
Oh, yummy.
Vanessa, that sounds awesome.
Good night, Jay Watt. Good night, everybody.
I want to thank everybody for coming in. You guys rock.
Yeah, me
Keep
too.
it
Hey, by the
lively.
way,
400. Hold on, I gotta shrink it a little because
that's what she said. By the way,
she did.
By the way,
462 fucking comments. That's awesome.
Hey, County Line Logging. Thanks for the tip.
See you, PNASCARs.
That's what she said. I'm trying to get my shit straight again. Oh my God.
Yes.
There it goes, finally. I watch my keyboard won't work. Anybody feeling awkward yet? just a lingering kind of thing.
We're still here.